Previously on Curse of Groban, the Revengeance, our party had decided to, at the behest of Lord Gerhard von Schrödinger, make their way into the mountains to deal with the Varga threat. As they had gotten to Neodon's camp around nightfall, a great storm came upon them, and they were ambushed by the creatures, in the end only to be saved by a mysterious man who calls himself Morty, and use the power of lightning to smite some of the Vargar. They passed the night, talked with Morty a little bit, and then started the trek up the mountain. During this time, Dorje was taught how to fly by being polymorphed into a bird and somehow learning the spell. Morty's
That's how it
magical
works.
teachings, quite mysterious. They eventually found the Vargar cave and began assessing the situation, plotting how they would deal with this massive number of creatures. In the end, they determined they were going to try and lure them down a singular path, and getting them slowed down by magical plants, and also fighting them with little rock boys. They did not account that the creatures might be able to actually climb along surfaces. The battle ensued, with Morty being kind of useful, but then also not. And Eillena's summoned Fey friend perishing at the hands of the Vargar. Once that had finished and they had licked their wounds, so to speak, they knew that something remained within the cave, and they traversed deeper, and it was there that they saw an Alpha Vargar, and then the dreaded Super Alpha Vargar. The fight was quick, the beast was slain, and they found the bow that they came for, simultaneously completing 2 quests. And that is where we are picking up. You guys are in the cave after having put the bow back inside of its little carry case. And yeah, I believe you'd also found some loot.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know who took it, but I didn't.
I currently have them right now. 100 platinum, a potion of something requiring, quote unquote, requiring a toenail, and 5 gold necklaces.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
I think they also
Don't
just
feel
noticed
good.
isn't with them anymore.
But yes, that is the loot that you found, along with the bow. And Morty's just kind of doing his thing, just being a little weirdo, little freak.
He has a
He
new
goes
house
over
now.
to the fire. Yeah, this is his new house. Starts warming his bones by the fire.
Ooh, okay.
I just realized, even though I had them target him a few times, he managed to take no damage the entire fight. Way to go, Morty.
Well, they are scared of
Morty
the booming.
is Morty is impossible to kill.
Yes. He'll just like he'll look at the rest of you from over by the fire, and he's just like,
Hold on.
"But
Where's Eillena?
Is this by design, or do you forget to put the token there?
No, you have not seen her since you were either going to drink her or Dorje's blood and drink Dorje's blood. That was the last time anyone saw Eillena.
this is true."
After I got the bow, I'm gonna go back out. But alright, you seem to just run off.
Look, I got a speed of 65. I can zoom.
I'm gonna go set the stuff in my horse. I'm gonna just say, hey, Morty, we're gonna go outside. If you want to look at anything here, just be our guest. It won't be staying too long though, so Don't get lost around here. They're gonna go out too.
Ah, these mountains are my home. I love this place. Actually, this is my new house now. You're welcome anytime.
That's so you're gonna stay here then.
Yeah. Take the bodies if you need to, the heads or whatever. Get them out of
Yeah,
here. Get them out of here.
pretty
Otherwise,
good.
I'm gonna liquefy them.
I already got the heads
Are
that I
now
could.
his property. As
The rest is
owner of
all
the
yours.
Liquefy.
Okay. Yeah, you watch as he starts waving his hands, and he casts some sort of spell, and the bodies quite literally begin liquefying and seeping into the ground.
Can you only do that on corpses, or can you do that on living people?
I don't think I've ever tried to do it on someone living. You want to test it?
No, not on me or any of us. Try it on an enemy of some sort. Find like
Okay.
a squirrel that pissed you off or something.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
great idea. I hate them. They constantly steal my acorns.
Good luck with that. And I just head out.
Alrighty.
That was a crazy one.
And we never saw him again.
And you
Is the body
never
of the
saw-
guy still there outside? The one that Eillena asked me to do the rites for?
Uh, you come outside, and no, it would not be there.
You know, that's just counterproductive. Nobody should take it. First, I'm gonna go set up everything by cheese legs, all the heads and the bow.
Okay. So you laden this poor horse with yet more Vargar heads.
I mean, it's a very strong horse.
Turn him into a necklace.
It's just a necklace
Like
of
some-
giant wolf heads.
He's like some horrid eldritch deity.
Oh, the
So
grass is still
disturbing.
real big.
Yeah. But go ahead. Inigo, if you can find Eillena, she asked me something, but she fucking disappeared.
Yeah, I guess I can look for her tracks, but she's pretty good at not leaving those.
No, you're best.
Hey, Dorje,
Georgia just
wanna help?
follows him. For what? Survival or?
Probably survival.
Yeah, survival
not have-
in the tracker.
Alright,
Yeah,
I don't have proficiency. Am I still able to help or?
I don't have proficiency either, so. I mean, help is
Oh yeah, right.
Help is
help.
fine.
Help is advantage. Yeah, is it?
16.
You 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 would see you wouldn't see Elena's tracks, but what you would see is drag marks for a little bit until it seems like where her friend's body had fallen, the Fey entity, it was dragged a little bit and then seemingly like hoisted off the ground, and then it just kind of you lose the trail. But it does seem to go out of the cavern.
She went that way. But beyond that, I don't know.
I mean, it's hard to see too, because like in the initial area with all those plants, you're lucky you got much anyway.
I mean, his body was right by the entrance of the cave, right?
Yeah, the body was out
Oh
of the
yeah,
plane.
that's true. That's true. The body was out of the plants. So yeah, so you wouldn't have seen. No, yeah, you would, because I mean, if she's carrying him, it's gonna put weight to her footsteps, and even if she's usually more of a stealthy individual, it would leave some sort of track. So you occasionally catch like a little bit of an indent, like a heel mark heading out.
Does she usually do this?
No, this is new. I've never seen her this upset before.
I mean, she literally yelled at Inigo, which would never have happened before.
Yeah.
Mm. So we're
Um,
just gonna keep following at least.
Okay, so you would follow the tracks out. You'd come back onto that sort of like shelf on that portion of the mountain, and you would see that the tracks go to the left instead of to the right where you guys had like previously come from. Uh, they go for a little ways until eventually it sort of like comes up on top of like a more level, flatter like shelf area. Not quite at the top of the mountain just yet, but there seems to be like this sort of uh best way to put it is almost like a mountaintop like clearing, because you come up and there's like trees and bushes,
A
but then
meadow.
as you push through it, yeah, meadow, there you go. There's like this little meadow with like some flowers, and
Browse
you would
monster.
see uh you would see there's a few uh off on the edge of the meadow. There's a few of those goats just sort of like eating the grass and stuff, and they weren't like spooked at first, even though you would see Eillena um, digging. Uh,
Digging a strong word with those rolls.
well, attempting to great frustration to dig some sort of hole. Uh, the ground is softer here than it would be elsewhere on the mountain, but it still doesn't mean that it's not hard. And perhaps maybe even because of it does feel colder up here. So maybe you think that there's like some layer of like permafrost or something like that. You're not quite sure. But yeah, she's
If there was
trying.
permafrost, there wouldn't be this lush of a meadow.
Is that true?
I think it's
It'd be very
true.
sparse plants if there was
Yeah,
permafrost.
it's like arboreal. Some arboreal
Yeah, I
stuff
would
grows,
expect
but not much.
permafrost on a mountain above the tree line, and we're still under the tree line.
Talking about you're up here. Um, but okay, so it's just harder. The ground's harder. I don't know. Look, I'm trying. I'm not a geologist.
Botanist.
I believed
Botanist.
you. I believed you. It doesn't even snow where I am. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
what is it? There's 42-inch permafrost line in my state, so you have to dig deeper than that when you're doing full basements. And there are places where I hunt where there's permafrost in the winter, but it's very um, overgrown in the forest.
If it's permafrost only in the winter, that's not permafrost. Permafrost is year round.
Oh, uh, quick question. Just sort of like looking around. Are there any, I guess, sizable stones? Not boulders per se, but stones that could be used to pile on top of each other?
Uh, there's a few, but not enough if like you're trying to make like one of those like stone graves.
I got you.
Like maybe one of them, like there's a couple of them, and you think like maybe one would make like a nice headstone, but
Oh, and Nico is buzzed.
Oh, he drinks that shit like water.
That was a strong one though.
Yeah, Inigo will kind of make his way over to Eillena.
You would see the empty wine bottle that she had been previously drinking before the Alpha Varger. Uh, just on the ground next to where she's basically just stabbing the ground at this point because the digging has not been working. Hello.
Hey. You know, I'm pretty sure Neo has a shovel of some kind.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt. Y'all were looking at the bodies, but I need to get this done. She stabs a sickle into the ground.
That's true. Yeah, you didn't have a shovel. All right, fuck the whole permafrost thing. She's just digging wrong. Yeah, but I'd say watching her do this with the sickle, she's not going to make any progress
I'm
whatsoever.
looking to see what I have that I could use for digging other than my hands.
Turn those meat mitts into scoopers.
I mean, Dorje has 2 daggers that she could donate to this. They make
that's on the
they make
level of
ironically good spades.
I feel like I don't know, but a sickle might be better than a dagger for digging. I don't know.
It's certainly better for like digging up small rocks and pulling up weeds. But given that a dagger is a bit more of like a small shovel shape, it's easier to scoop dirt out with it.
Yeah, it would be more like a trowel, I suppose.
it's a badly
Yeah,
shaped trowel, but
That's gonna be
it works.
typical. Hang on,
I have a dagger.
I'm actually gonna Google this. One moment, because yeah, no, the dagger's better at digging. I've worked with this particular sickle before.
I'm just gonna start digging with my hands.
Okay.
And I'm just out there waiting till they come back to tell me where the fuck she is.
I mean, we weren't sneaking. You could probably see our track quite clearly.
Yeah, you would I'd say easily see their tracks heading off to the left if you wanted to go find them.
Okay. After setting everything out, I'll go after them.
All right. You come up to the meadow and you see Inigo on his knees, digging away with his hands. Eillena still kind of half-heartedly stabbing the dirt with a sickle, and
I
Dorja
switched my dagger.
pondering. You switched to the dagger? Okay, never mind.
When
Yeah, she
Dorje
switched.
says about the dagger.
Yeah, she switched to her dagger, and would Dorje also be digging, or is she just pondering if the dagger would be a better option?
No, I think given the, hmm, I think she would also be digging a little bit, but she's gonna do something else as well. Because not exact, okay, not exactly half-hearted, but she is going to just sort of observe um, Eillena and Inigo, because these are very different people from what she's used to.
Or,
Um,
inciting like to.
Like, sort of what makes them different, because I mean, there are different people who come into Barovia. None of them ever leave, or practically none of them leave. But there's something very different here, particularly about Eillena. So, what is it that makes her so different?
Um, yeah, I mean, Eillena
Because
thinks she hides who she is, but she doesn't. Uh, you'd probably get the feeling that the positivity you've seen from Eillena and since you met them, very much hiding some bad pain. Just trying to, like, in general, it like she's trying to make people, um, she tries to make people happy, but she's kind of lost that right now since whatever happened in that fight.
She keeps quiet and ponders on this as she digs.
I'll say that you guys are like you're starting to get the beginnings of like a shallow grave when Neo would arrive, and you'd see them all just kind of doing their thing, digging with not good implements.
I
And it
understand
doesn't have
the
to
need
be
for
human
haste, but
size.
you could ask for the shovel.
I didn't
Yeah.
know you had the shovel.
I I broke a lot of shovel from the back. Yeah, let me help, and I'll go over there
Okay.
and I'll dig it.
Okay.
I'll let Neo take over.
Most of the shit
I'll
that I
fight.
have is made by him, so it's like a larger size.
Dylan may have had me roll athletics rolls for digging before y'all found me, and I may have rolled a 4 and a 3.
Yeah. So just make me now that you have a shovel, make me an athletics roll for grave digging.
Oh, me?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're the one with the shovel, so yeah. Yeah, no problem. You don't even break a sweat. You're a big guy. You got a big shovel. It's got a big head. Scoops a lot of dirt. You get a halfway decent grave going. Like we're not talking 6 feet deep here, but it's deep enough to where it's not like super shallow. But you think that you'd be able to reasonably bury the Fae, and it's not going to be like easily disturbed from it, if you know what I mean.
While we're doing it, and afterwards, I'll after digging it, I'll sit down on the side. I'll pick up some coins, uh, a little uh, what's it called? The thing to send down metal, and I'll start just sending down some silver pieces because I don't have the silver for it.
I'll give you the silver pieces. Don't use your own. How many do you need?
It's where the fuck is it? 25 gold worth.
250 silver? Is that it?
Think so.
I have 113 that I can donate to this.
I
have-
That is
I'll
only 113 silver.
I'll give the 250.
Okay.
It'll take a while.
Yeah, it takes a
Yeah.
bit. Watch as he like methodically shaves down these silver
I'll
coins.
take a short rest while he does it.
Yeah,
Yeah, at
sure,
least
you can.
silver
You may if
isn't
you wish.
soft metal.
I would love to have a long rest, but yeah, take a short one.
I mean, unless you plan on camping out here and then descending the next day, but that's up to you guys. I will say that in terms of like the Vargar threat, you feel like maybe you'd be safe enough.
The
I am
Other
out
than
of
us
rage
being here,
and spells.
have the goats looked like they're worried about anything? Like, are they
No,
looking around for predators, or were
it,
they just chilling when I came up?
they were they didn't even seem bothered by you when you arrived, and if anything, because were you making the flowers bloom or were you making them wither?
They'd still be blooming currently.
So they probably would have followed you and just started eating the fresh flowers that were blooming and were chilling in the general vicinity. When the others came, they would have like moved over to the opposite side of the meadow to just stay away from people. Not scared, but I guess more like cautious or wary because it's like people, we don't know you. But then when Neo came up with cheese legs, oh, is it goats that don't like horses? There's a farm animal that doesn't like horses.
Did my Discord die?
Hey Google.
No, you're here.
No. Okay. He just died.
Goats and horses make great companions, according to the first result on Google.
Must be thinking of something else. There's some farm animal that doesn't like
But they're
horses.
calm.
So yeah, they'd probably calm
Sheep.
down if anything seeing the
Sheep,
horses.
actually.
Oh, sheep don't like goats?
Oh no! Horses are afraid of sheep.
Oh, horses are afraid of sheep. Okay.
They're
But
just
not
so
goats.
fluffy.
What is that? It's a moving bush! It's so fluffy. But yeah, I'll say that they're still if anything they get chiller. They just see like another animal and they're like, oh, okay, the animal's cool with them, so this is fine.
I mean,
And
if we
yeah,
want to sleep up here, the goats seem okay, and we have like the cliff we can look over to have a to know if something's coming up.
It's up to you guys.
Or we probably have time to get back down to the camp. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's not that late, right? We didn't spend like many hours up to this point.
no,
Oh,
you have
it's probably around afternoon, early
Yeah,
afternoon.
it's
We
like
have enough
early
time to
afternoon,
go
I
down.
think.
you have time to get back to the camp at least.
Depends on how long Dylan says it takes to grind up 250 silver coins.
Um, that's gonna take a bit because you gotta like what are you grinding them with?
Uh, what's the name of it?
A file?
don't.
Oh,
Yeah, file.
file.
Yeah, because I have
File for the
a smithing
coin.
tool.
250.
Hey,
Thing.
if anyone has thieves' tools, they also have a file.
Uh, I'll say.
I have thieves' tools, but I'm not going to use my file on that.
No, I'm using the one that I have for effectively, filing down metal, which is my smithing tools.
Yeah. All right. So I'll say that just it'll take you. It'll take you like 2 hours. But
Right.
you definitely feel like you'd still have enough time. You'd make it to the camp by dark.
Sounds good to me.
I'd be helping, like, handing him the next coin when he's ready for it.
Okay.
I guess that's the only way I have to help.
You eventually manage to grind them all down. And you still have the grave. Grave is dug. Would you have already placed him in the grave?
Yeah, after doing everything,
You would
then
place him, but not buried yet because he's gonna do the
Right.
the
funeral
ceremony.
thing.
Then yeah, I left one spell slot specifically for that, which I shall use now for casting ceremony. I don't know what the process is like, as Eillena, if there is uh, any sort of things that she does for the deceased on her culture that she would like to perform as part
Oh,
of it too.
Dylan, you never told me which not archfey, but I can't remember the word.
Which court does she
It was
come
from.
from?
Is there anything specific for whatever archfey that she doesn't remember the name of, but she would remember the?
Uh, hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything specific.
So you said you had someone in mind. If not, I can come up with like
Yeah.
a wild thing.
I don't know if it says anything about what the like funerary rites or anything like that was.
No, probably not. Just if there's I don't know.
Asking if
So
you have any
some
kind
of
of
them are pretty
flavor for it.
unique. So if there would be something,
So the place, which you don't remember the name of or who was in charge of it, you would remember. Oh, that's a key detail. The city, which was like it's the core of the area, was built to allow it to simultaneously exist in Faerun and the Feywild, and that many would come and visit. So there was a lot of like mixing and melding of different cultures.
okay. So I'll say like she'll do the coin thing, but like she'll use like a coin from Faerun and then a coin from that she's gotten since being here that has the Strahd thing embossed on it, so that it's like multiple different worlds, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I'll take off 2 of my gold coins. Uh, yeah, like when people would be at the funeral, they just kind of the people that would be what's the word? Not tribute. Uh, people that would want to would just like put something from where they're from because lots of people are from different places. And y'all don't have to do that. I'm just gonna do it with the. I'm gonna, but y'all don't have to.
If you think that it's important, I'll do the same. But I don't have anything back from Faerun. Instead, I'll make something. I'm gonna make a little wooden totem for him.
I don't really have anything to add. Kind of growing up in a family where death isn't a thing. uh, I guess I'll pour out a little bit of coffee into my hand and like kind of like scatter it across the grave. I don't know.
Like
This
I was gonna have her dump alcohol in there, but she's already drank 2 bottles in the last 24 hours.
this is how fucking culture things just by pouring coffee on top of the grave for no reason.
Yeah, instead of pouring like the 40 out for your homie, you're just hitting them with that Brazilian, the Colombian roast.
Hmm. I. Let's see. Darn it. Okay. Um. Yeah, it's fine. Dorja's going to like reach into her pocket and put down what looks like a sort of a pale green ring of some kind, and she'll just place it on top. It's a copper ring.
Oh,
Oh, an
thank you guys.
oxidized copper ring. Interesting.
Very oxidized. But that is what she has.
Yeah, I thought it would work like it normally would, because you said like cheese legs can die and then he just disappears.
I mean,
It
I
is
don't know.
complicated,
he hasn't tried to summon cheese
especially
legs
here.
outside before.
I will say this: in all your time that you've been here, luckily, Cheese Legs has not died. But every time that he's left, he's come right back. You don't know where he goes. Uh, but yeah, if he dies, you're unsure.
I thought it was different from the summoning spells because it's not actually being summoned from another plane. It's like a spirit that takes form, right?
I mean, so is the
Oh,
Fey spirit that takes form.
yeah. No, yeah, it works. It should work the same.
Well,
I mean, above board, yeah, it should work the
we may
same.
have to
So
rest
Jesus
on
hasn't
something
died.
then. Okay. Gotta keep cheese legs alive now. Thanks. uh,
I will
but yeah,
kill your horse.
no. As being the watcher, I would know about the matter of things that come into this plane cannot leave, even the things that are summoned, right?
Yeah.
Like I and asked before. Yeah, so yes. Sorry, I didn't mention it. I didn't think this was even a possibility. Well, for you to do such a thing or summon something.
I didn't even know
It,
it. I grew up here.
it's something that recently came to me.
Yes. If you intend on using that spell again, it would be wise to remember that after the time the spell runs out, the creature will stick around and most likely regain their own thoughts and wills. So don't summon anything too dangerous. Could turn on us.
No, I can only summon Fae.
In that case, it's
Mm,
no. You know what?
Some Fae can be dangerous.
It's technically not even a spell choice, it's a class feature. I didn't choose this.
It's my nature. Yeah, it kind of sucks that you cannot use it, but yeah, that's how it is here.
I would even say too, something that you just remember as like a side note, because we were talking about not remembering like uh where you were from, but like thinking back about your past and everything, or like exactly where you were from. You remember that there was a lot of despite being in the Feywild, uh, where was it? I literally just read it. I'm gonna lose my mind. Give me a second.
I mean, it's been almost 300 years since she lost her home, so she doesn't remember a lot.
Uh, there was a lot of orcs that would come into the city that like were friendly.
The Fae Orc.
Yeah, it's like the
Yeah,
Fey
the orc
Goblin.
wild.
And Goblin's Fey now because of Monsters of the Multiverse.
Goblins are, yeah, but I think hobs are too. Orcs aren't though. Be funny if orcs were fey. I'd lose my
Orcs
mind.
and elves living in harmony.
Yeah, it was weird. There was a lot of orcs that come by.
Okay.
Uh, After all that, I'll finish the spell. Put the body inside of it, the grave, and cover it up.
Okay, very well. You conduct your ceremony and you do the proper burial. With your fey friend buried, you feel as though you have enough time to make it back down the mountain before dark, if you so choose to. If not, however, this place has remained calm. You could stay here if you wished.
I'm
Uh,
fine either
we,
way.
we still have daylight, and it would be best if we took our rest closer to the night so we can start at sunrise once again.
Yeah, I'm taking last watch. No, I'm taking first watch this time. I have to sleep at the end.
should probably go back then to the camp and then continue.
Yeah, we can probably get back to camp before nightfall.
Do that again.
Although we do have to climb down that cliff again.
That you do. So I'll say,
No, you guys have to climb down the cliff.
yeah, you don't have to. You eventually, if you're heading back, you make your way past the Varga cave, where you hear what sounds like music coming from inside, very, very faintly, very soft.
Want to yell into the case? If possible. Bye, Steven!
Oh shit! Hang on, wait for me. As Dorje, remembering something, runs into the cave to Morty really quick.
Okay. You run into the cave. Strangely enough, all of the plants no longer overgrown. You're able to get down to that like little what's it, like that little shelf where the other cave entrance is, and as soon as you walk in, you see right in front of you what appears to be like
A log cabin.
no, a very like ornate and like beautiful like the what's the word, like facade to like a mansion.
What?
You could
What?
almost say it's a magnificent mansion.
You could. You could. And you see like these big ornate like double doors with like brass knockers that are shaped like they appear to be shaped like brass dragons. And yeah, and it's these big oak doors. And you hear the music like faintly drifting from inside of this building that's just now in the cave.
She'll. This feels wrong, but at the same time, you know what the hell? She'll knock on the door.
You knock on the door, and almost immediately the door is opened, and you see standing there what appears to be a butler.
Oh god, it really is magnificent
Oh, no.
mansion.
And it's
Oh my
just
goodness.
this really old you know what, yeah, because it would be funny, he's a really old halfling dressed as a butler, and he just goes, are you here to see Master Morty?
Um. Yes. Yes, I need to ask him for something.
Right. Come this way, come this way. And he leads you into like this really beautiful foyer with like this double staircase going up to second floor, and there's like some nice couches and everything, and it's this checkerboard pattern on the floor, but it's like of marble, like black and white marble, and he scurries on upstairs, and
She
a
just
few
briefly. Sorry, she just briefly like looks back to the front door, like, should I call the others? And then seeing the butler running away is like, oh wait, no, I'll tell them about it later. Or maybe not. They won't believe me. Who knows?
and eventually he comes back with Morty. Morty now much more cleaned up and wearing wearing like one of those like really like thick and fancy like red velvet, almost like bathrobe type looking deals, or not necessarily a bathrobe, but you know what I mean, like those like robes.
Yeah.
And he just kind of comes down and he just goes, oh, hello, well, you're back, what can I do for you?
I
Want some
have.
tea?
Sure.
Okay.
Is this
Bevan's tea. Oh, as real as it gets. And he just like kicks the wall next to him, stubbing his toe, and he starts hopping up and shit. Yeah, it's real. It's real. Bevins will get the tea. And watches the halfling
Sure, what else to
run.
do? She just sort of, like, seeing how ready he is to accidentally hurt himself, she's just going to place a hand on him, and he now feels a warmth at the base of his neck and on either side of his shoulders, as I lose 3 fun things. There's only a tiny glow at my wrists.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm using funny thing, the second one of the funny thing.
The second one of the funny.
Here.
Hold on. Yeah, you post
It's
it.
Really funny.
yeah, really, really funny. Wrong button to post. There we go. Just for the hour.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Thank you.
It's like pseudo
Appreciate it.
resistance.
Like, you're welcome. I don't know what else to do, but she just sort of looks around again. This is strange.
It's a magical spell. I don't know where I learned it, but it makes this really nice house. And that guy shows up, Bevins. He's great, by the way. Knows how to make phenomenal food. Halflings, they get it.
Pretty sure it comes with 100 servants.
It's supposed to come with 100 servants.
Oh, it's supposed to. It just doesn't.
We haven't seen
lost
the
it.
other 99.
They're all in the dungeon.
They're all
Yeah, the room that has no access to any other room.
No, not that kind of dungeon, Beck.
But yeah, Bevins will come back with some tea. You do notice though, it's another halfling, but he seems to look about the same age as the other one, but with red hair instead of, we'll say, brown hair. And he goes, Bevins, there you are. Good, you made the tea. So, yeah, this I'm gonna use this place as my home for a while. It's nice, stays out of the rain and everything. You know,
Okay.
Bevins hates having to dry the house. I'm very particular about things, and when it rains, I send Bevins outside to just completely towel off the whole thing. And you see like this halfling, he looks like he's just dreading the idea of that. And he goes, so in here, no rain. We'll be fine. Figured I owe Bevins. Give him a break.
She gives the redheaded Bevins a sympathetic look before turning back to Morty, now completely unsure what else to do. I wanted to ask, you don't happen to know where I can find mage ink? I don't remember the correct term for it, but it's the ink that wizards use when they write their spells.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I were a wizard, definitely would know all about that, but unfortunately I'm a druid.
Again? Thought it was a cleric. No.
He's the
However,
greatest paladin to ever live.
however, I might have something. Bevins, go check in the drawing room if you would. If not, the study. And he just kind of nods and runs off upstairs. And
He's actually a warlock.
and that's like Bevins' guy. He's like, yes, a number of
pretty
years
absurd.
ago, I might have sold my soul to a celestial in order for power. And I mean, one of the best things I ever could have done, because then I never would have been able to wild shape. So
Wait, no.
Crazy that he casts all his magic through music.
You do still hear that music like lightly playing, and it's weird. It's interesting. It doesn't sound like it sounds like instruments, but it doesn't sound like anyone's playing instruments. It's almost like, how do I put it? Like you don't see a band. You don't see anyone playing it. It's just kind of like
What
magically
is
drifting
the
around.
what is the? She just sort of points up, not sure where else to point the music from.
Oh, this thing. Come on. And he'll lead you over into another room, immediately to the right, and you see on a table, what looks like this small box, with a sort of, you're not sure if it's brass or whatever, um, like big cone, almost like a horn coming off of it. And there's a little black disc that's slowly rotating with like a little arm and a needle poked into it, and it's just playing this very nice and calming music.
I don't know why, but this makes me so happy. It's a phonograph. She just sort of looks at it in awe. Like, so the sound comes through the horn, but I don't see any instruments. Is there something inside? And she's just sort of looking at the box to see if there's something. Like,
He
I don't know,
goes.
tiny people can hide in.
he goes. Yeah, he goes. That's exactly what I thought too. You know, I took it apart looking for the little people. I thought there might be some like fairies in there or something, but there's not. I don't understand how it works. It came with the place, and honestly, um, yeah. I mean, thankfully I know mending, so when I broke it, I was able to just kind of put it right back together again. But yeah,
It's a
useful
quintessential
cantrip. That.
artificer spell.
Yes.
Sort of looks at it in like complete awe. Just very lightly tap the center piece where the vinyl would typically be kept, and then just ever so lightly tap the side of the disc, like not hard enough to like cause an actual disturbance, but at most it cause a brief.
Yeah, you get a little, and so, you gotta be careful. Can't break it. Don't break it.
So the sound is affected by the. She looks at it like sort of strangely. Disc? Yes, this is a disc.
Yeah, I think so. It's like that that spell, with the floating disc, but this one makes music. Coffee is fine, Spine.
Look,
Fine.
I don't know what happened with that.
Coffee is fine wine.
um, but yeah, so he's just like kind of listening to the music, and then he goes, but yeah, it's wild. There's a lot of things in here that just kind of came with the place. I mean, like I remembered that I could do the spell, but I don't remember how. It's weird. Um, so yeah, so would you just come by to give me the the magic? What's up?
Uh, no, I came to ask for wizards. Like, if you knew where I could find wizard ink. But I believe you said that you might have something. And I think you sent what's his name? I
I
think
did.
perhaps. That's.
Uh,
I
Wait,
was too
what
busy
did you?
trying
You
to figure
said
out where the music
you
came
need
from.
wizard ink? Oh, okay. Hold on, Bevins! And another halfling comes running in with blonde hair, and he has in his hands what seems to be an inkwell, and he just runs right up and hands it to you, and he goes, "Ah, there you go, wizard ink. Yep." Thank you, Bevins. And he just kind of like puts his hand and like ruffles his hair. He's like, "You're great, buddy. I love you. You're the best." You know, I still can't figure out how he keeps changing his hair color, but you know, it's probably magic. This whole place is magic.
Magic. Yes, she looks at Bevins 3. It's like, you're not the same Bevins, are you?
He just kind of like looks at you like, "Oh, at least you're not stupid," and realize that he's a different person. Yep, there you go, Wizard Ink. Weird that I had that. Bevins, why did I have that again? And then like before, like Bevins opens his mouth to say, "Oh yeah, that's right. It was in the cabinet. Yep, came with the place." And he just kind of like slaps his face and shakes his head.
Thank you. Also,
Anytime.
I wanted to know, did you notice anything different about? You know what? No, you wouldn't know. You've been out in the wilds for so long. Thank you.
What? Notice about what?
Nothing. Just the ramblings of me. It was good to meet you, Morty. Yes.
Yep, Morty. That's me.
Smiles and nods. Thank you. And she leaves with her pot of ink, and still like, what in the world was that? And then goes to catch up with the others.
Does the ink disappear when she leaves the mansion?
No.
No? Okay.
Oh, that's
It's real. Okay,
No.
that's good.
Yes,
The
it's real.
label on the ink.
awesome.
Yeah. You would notice. Like if you're just kind of looking at it as you're like running back to the group. There is in fact there's a little something like etched into the bottom of the glass like inkwell, and it says what was it? Property of the Circle of Eight.
Okay. Does that sound familiar to her at all, or?
Well, you've lived in Barovia your entire
Yeah,
life.
you've lived in
Probably
Barovia.
not.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Yeah.
It wouldn't sound
It's
familiar
fair.
to Inigo or Eillena either.
Okay.
I mean, I lived
Probably.
in Waterdeep for...
That's an Earth thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Greyhawk.
And it wouldn't sound familiar to anyone.
But yeah, she'll run back to the group and quick question: who in the group has passive over 16?
Perception?
I have a 19.
I have an 18.
Shit. Okay.
So,
So
Neil,
Inigo and Eillena, they would notice as Dorja's running over, her left sleeve is torn. You can see her wrist, and there's like teeny tiny etchings. Looks like as though it goes either barely skin level or a little bit beyond. But she comes carrying the thing of Mage's ink.
did you get attacked?
I am proficient in
What?
Arcana, so would I recognize those as runes?
That depends on the DM.
Make an Arcana check.
A voice in the sky.
No, what? Did you not hear me?
No.
Make an Arcana check.
Yeah, I said make an Arcana
I
check.
did not. What the
fuck?
hell?
How Bean this is the second time that you didn't hear me, but Bean did. What the fuck?
I'm just built different.
10. Okay, yeah, well.
Nah. See you, Vex. I see you. Yeah, you're not sure.
Just opening.
Uh-huh. I believe you.
All right.
No, I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking
I had the game open this whole time.
It's the longest conversation Beck and I have had in text chat for D&D.
Strange tattoos.
Did your
Oh,
sleeve get ripped and someone gave you a tattoo and they ripped it?
What? No. She pulls her sleeve together to cover it up, and sheds a little bit a little bit on guard about it, but that was my doing. It's part of my magic.
Oh,
She
well, it's a
puts the bottle of
very
ink
good
into her
tattoo.
satchel. Sorry?
It's a very good tattoo.
Thank you. It's not a tattoo, but thank you. He has a mansion in there?
I mean, it was a big cave, but I don't think I'd call it a mansion.
Are you sure? That doesn't sound right. I mean, he seems like the kind of guy who'd fall asleep in a bush.
I mean, it's smaller. It's smaller
That's what
than
I
my
thought
cave.
as well, but that's what I
If
thought
that's
as
the
well, but
mansion,
there
my
were
cave must be a super mansion.
3 or maybe 4 halflings there. Calls all of them by the same name. And a strange device with a disc that plays music. I don't know,
Oh,
it was very
phonograph.
weird. Yes, wait, that's what it's called?
Yeah, Strut has one.
Okay.
It plays like this recorded organ music from centuries ago.
The fuck
There
out of
was a traveling caravan like a few decades ago that came through. Had one of those playing sounds.
That's just remarkable. Anyway, but yes, he has that set up in the cave now.
Something
And
about digging a
apparently he
hole.
used to send. Yes. I mean, I don't know if it would. She looks back like there's no way he would still have that up, would it?
if he would still have the mansion up.
Yeah, it's like there's a chance I was still dreaming. Looks at the ink thing again, like, nope, not dreaming. It's like, yes, he gave me this. It was in his mansion.
And the mansion's in the cave?
Yes. I'm sorry, this isn't making any sense as I speak. This is very odd.
Oh, part of my characteristics. Yeah. Inigo's gonna quickly run in and just poke his head inside, see
I'll
if this is true.
follow Inigo.
Okay. you head back. Same thing. The plants have been like trimmed. This time though, however, what's different is to get down to that platform where the smaller cave mouth is, where you fought the Alpha Varger. There's a ladder, and you walk into the cave entrance, and you immediately see what appears to be like the front entrance of a mansion with giant oak doors with brass dragon knockers.
Can I walk around the door?
How does it work? Is it just the
It's
doors?
just a
or is
doorway.
it-
Yeah, it's just a doorway.
Oh yeah. Okay, so then yeah,
If
you can walk
If
around.
it's what I think it is.
What the?
Yeah. It's
What-
just floating there.
Okay, Inigo,
That's weird.
I'll go through this way and you go through that way.
Sure. I've never. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
And then I'll knock.
I'll just open
you
the door.
knock.
I'm not knocking.
All right. You open the door on your side, and there is just a brick wall.
What the fuck?
On your side, however, you knock, and a black-haired halfling in a butler outfit opens the door for you and just goes, hello, are you here to see Master Morty?
Yeah, I
Hearing
need
that,
to
I'd walk
tell him.
around.
I need to tell him the goodbye because I didn't tell him because I went off to bury my friend.
Very well, come in.
What
And I
the?
thought his name was Steven.
The Master goes by many names, and they are frequent to change. However, Morty is the one that he has stuck with for quite some time, ever since his arrival in this place.
Oh,
Man, this is a magnificent mansion if I've ever seen one.
Quite.
Morty's magnificent mansion.
well, you should trademark
Yeah.
that.
He like
Nope, I don't put it
Bevins-
together.
Bevins raises an eyebrow and is just like,
I've been around for a while. Can I see if that would trigger anything?
sure, make a history check.
He's been tutorial.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh! Nope.
For
Would
380
Dorje know
years of
anything?
history
Like
is a long
being
time to try to
magic
remember
and
things.
Like you know of magic, but so like it's weird,
but
right?
would she have
Because
heard of the
of Morty's magnificent mansion.
no, not of Morty's magnificent mad mansion, but of the mad mage that goes by Morty and has people call him Eddie and that person.
Oh, having grown up here, this guy only recently arrived. This was like in the past
Gotcha.
year, a mage showed up and he challenged Strahd, and
Alright, so he'd
everyone
be
thought
like
he
one of
was
those
dead.
guys that so like one of those pass by rumors, like who cares?
Yeah, well, I mean, like he came
Gotcha.
to Vallakie like a year ago, and he tried to get a bunch of people to join his army to march on Castle Ravenloft, and some people signed up and they went, but like again, everyone thought he died. The story was that he fought Strahd and that Strahd bested him and that he fell to his death like 1,000 feet down a waterfall.
Would that be enough for a history or arcana check on her bit, like just for the hell of it? Or would it still be like, yeah, nah.
Eh,
It's one of
sure,
those pass by
you
things.
could make a history if you wanted.
Alright.
Yep.
I don't expect to get very much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I have
a
another
random guy.
question, Dylan. Aside from the knowing that it's that spell, um, do we get the feeling that this is the man that would have like this mansion is this mansion what was called the Tower? Because that was from a mage, and then we were told the story of a mage that fought Strahd, or a wizard that fought Strahd. And like one of our cards is to find the wizard's house. It had said on a lake, but we saw him on a lake earlier, and this house was not in this cave when we were in this cave earlier.
Okay. uh you yeah, go ahead and I'm trying to think what you would roll for this.
I have no idea.
Okay, you heard the story and you know that you're looking for make me like a general intelligence check, let's say. Actually, you know what? No, I'll allow wisdom because you're wiser. I could see this being argued as either.
Okay. Not great,
Okay.
not awful.
Okay. So this guy has said that he is a dozen different things. Uh Ricky told you about yeah, right? Yeah, Ricky told you about the Mad Mage of Mount Baratok. And that his name is Morty. Y- You how do I put this? Effectively, yeah. Ricky told you that he was apprenticed to this guy. Everyone thought that he was dead, but that he was just on the mountain. It's the same dude. But the tower, Ricky wanted you to get into the tower and get the stuff that's in there. Now,
That was
yeah, it does.
Ricky, but the card
Yeah, the
is to
card
find
says look for
man.
the wizard's house on a lake.
Let name and servant guide you.
Let name and servant guide you. Well, you know his name, and Ricky said he was apprenticed to him, which could be interpreted as a servant. You think that what you're looking for is probably in the tower.
Okay.
But this is in fact the guy that owned the tower.
Wait,
So you
what
might
was
be
the
able to
servant's
ask him
name?
about it.
We haven't been told it yet.
uh but the halfling will just I will I will fetch Master Morty. And he goes over into the other room where you guys hear the music coming from. And few minutes, not even a few minutes, few seconds later, Morty comes through in that velvet robe, and he's just like, "Oh hey, weren't you just here?"
We weren't.
No,
I was.
Dorje was.
Uh,
But
Wait a second.
no,
Okay.
no, I didn't get to say goodbye because I had to go bury someone. And you were digging through corpses.
You
And
had to
Um,
bury someone. My God, who
Yeah.
died? I'm so sorry.
Snacks Junior.
I can't say that I knew him, but he sounds like an honorable snack.
Yeah, I mean he like he helped protect you from the Varger until he died.
I remember him. Yes. Good
Yeah,
man.
the
Good
little,
man.
the little satyr looking fellow.
Yes.
and
Fluffy.
Dorje came back telling us a weird story about how you built a mansion inside this cave while we were gone, and I just had to know if it was true or not. And well, you didn't build it; you conjured it.
Yeah, I mean I was in
Yeah.
the cave too, so I needed to see if there was like anything I could learn for when I get back to my cave.
It's one of my bard spells.
Bard spells.
Yeah. I played a little diddle on this doohickey over here, and he just leads you into the other room where the photograph is, and he's like, "Yep, just turn this old thing on," and it turned the whole place into reality.
Oh,
Do you have any coffee?
Bevins, can you get the guests some coffee? And he just nods and runs off.
so Mr. Stephen Morty Boomy Esquire.
Just call me Morty. My friends call me Morty.
Okay. Morty.
Don't call
So
me Morty. That's my father's name.
You're
Just
not
call
my
me
friend.
More.
okay,
Don't
Mort.
call me more. That's my son's name.
Just call
Look,
me
look,
Eddie.
look. Well, we're friends. We shared the wine, yes, the champagne this morning. Um, you fixed my memory.
Yes, that's
Well,
right. I've done so much for you, and we've come so far.
yeah. I have a question because we had some cards read to us a couple days ago, and
Cards. I love cards.
yeah, I think we're supposed to get something from you or from like a tower you had to help us.
Tower. Hold on.
Yeah, a tower on the lake.
He looks like he's really, really thinking, like so much so that it's hurting him.
Let the wizard's name and his servant guide you.
Let the wizard's name and servant guide you. But I'm not a wizard. I'm a bard.
Right, but maybe they just misremembered
I
because you
do
didn't
that all the
appear anymore.
time.
Does Lake Baratok ring any bells, Morty?
Don't call him Morty. Call him Mord. Morty was his father.
Oh, yes. Hold on. Bevins! And another halfling will come running out. This one with we'll say it's the brown-haired one. And he goes, "All right, Bevins. I might be a wizard. I know this is shocking. This must be destroying your entire reality. I apologize. These fine folk over here need you, my servant, Bevins, to lead them to a tower on a lake where they might find something. I don't know what it is. I trust you with this mission." And he like puts his hand on his shoulder and stares like a very like intensely into his eyes. And he's like, "Remember, Bevins, I trust you."
You know that look on their faces that Shrek and Donkey
Trusted with
have
my life.
after the little Farquaad musical thing that they activate with the lever? That's just
Think
what
so?
Inigo has.
Bevins,
Just that look of
Bevins,
confusion.
Bevins is just like, right, of course, Master Morty. All of you, if you'd come with me, and then he leads you back through the foyer to the next adjacent room that's kind of more like a study, and he'll get some parchment and ink and a quill, and he draws a very rough map of like the northern portion of Barovia, and he marks where Lake Zarvich and Lake Baratok are, and he draws like a circle on a little island on Lake Baratok, and he puts like a little X next to it, and he's like, that's where you want to go. That's the tower.
Do we need to know anything to get inside?
I imagine Master Morty has it protected with some sort of password or magical spell, although he doesn't divulge such things to his servants, so your guess is as good as mine. Perhaps if you asked him about it, he might have an answer, though I highly doubt it. Ever
Did
since we
something
have
mess
come,
with his memory? Sorry.
I was gonna say,
There was a pause.
ever since we've come to this land, my master's wits have not been about him.
Did they used to be about him?
Oh, quite, yes.
Is Morty
No.
nearby?
No, you actually you hear him like 2 rooms over humming along to the music.
Okay, he's like, I'll ask him to see if he knows what a password might be. I'll kind of lightly jog over to the other room where he's humming.
Okay.
Hey, Morty, got a quick question for you.
Oh, what?
If you were to have a wizard tower, not that you're a wizard, but if you had a wizard tower, what would the password to it be?
Oh. Um.
Just hypothetical.
Yeah, entirely hypothetical.
If I had a wizard tower and it had a password, what would it be? And he just looks really like his face gets all scrunched up again, starting to get red, and he's like trying to concentrate, and then he goes, who makes it has no need of it. Who buys it has no use for it. Who uses it can neither see nor feel it. What is it?
Riddle doesn't work in this dimension.
Can you type that out, please?
Yeah, I could not type that fast.
Sorry.
Dylan, you know I'm right.
Riddle doesn't work in this dimension.
Does
Who makes it?
he who buys it has no use for it. Ah,
I'm terrible with riddles.
I
Oh, I know that one.
yeah, I know it.
Lie? No, it's
That's
not.
a,
Well, I know it. I
a
know it
very old one.
out of character. I think Eillena would have stayed with Bevins.
Yeah, so he'll just go, that, I don't know. Remember it, it's important. Probably. That'll help you get in. Go, get out of here.
All right, thanks.
Trying to hum. And then he goes back to humming louder and off key.
I'll return to Eillena, and I guess Dorje's with us.
Yep.
Could be.
All right, we probably should get going before nightfall. But who makes it has no need of it. Who buys it has no use for it. Who uses it can neither see nor feel it. What is it?
Question is,
I'm
are
sorry,
Riddle's
what?
wisdom or intelligence?
Yes.
I could argue it would go either way, but
Do we need to use only character knowledge?
I mean, character knowledge. I don't think Inigo would get this
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
because of what I already told Dylan.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's oxygen, isn't it, or like air?
No.
No,
No,
no, I don't think either of the Barovians would get.
you can't buy oxygen, and people sure as hell don't make it.
My plants make it, but they don't need it.
Plants are people too.
Oh, that's true. But it's who that makes it. It's not.
Oh. Oh.
It's
Yeah.
not plants making it.
It's not what makes it has no need of it.
And it's not people buy it and have no use for it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I have a high wisdom, and I come from a place of riddles. I think I might know this.
Yeah, you're a fae. Go ahead. Fuck. I'll even give you advantage. Wisdom or intelligence, your choice.
Oh, you know which one I'm gonna pick.
Yeah,
The
of
one
course,
that's
I know
like
which one you're
the
gonna
most
pick. Yeah, you know the answer.
Oh, yeah, you two probably might not get this one, but it's a coffin.
What?
A
Like
coffin?
here, vampires
Oh,
probably
that
use
makes
coffins
sense.
after they buy it, so that doesn't work here. But like most places, you don't.
People are. You mean coffins have a use other than vampires sleeping in them?
No, like
I
I
mean,
know
I've
Inigo
seen-
knows that, but like he
Makes
wouldn't
sense.
think of it not having a use.
It makes sense why he wouldn't know it.
I mean, I've seen.
I mean, he lived in Waterdeep.
Mostly
People are
multiple
cremated in
people.
Waterdeep, so.
Yeah, they're buried in mausoleums that are interdimensional spaces.
Oh yeah, that's right. But those, yeah.
Weird. Or under a pub, inside a wall. So is the password the riddle or the answer to the riddle?
I mean, doesn't mean we can't try both.
Yeah, I'm gonna write this down.
Bevins will just. Well, it seems like you have your answer. Hopefully that helps.
Thank you,
Don't
Bevins.
forget your map. Oh, you're quite welcome.
Are you all named Bevins, or do you each have a name but just have relinquished to go by Bevins because Morty has lost his fucking mind?
The latter.
Is there a way we can help him?
Do you have a means of restoring his memory through magic?
No, but he said he's a cleric, so
Shit,
can
it
you do it?
might. It's gonna take a while.
Greater Restoration is the only spell I would know of that could do it. I don't think any of us
I
can
can't
cast
do
it. Though.
anything. Yeah. I
Oh.
can remove curse if it's a curse.
I can remove magic if it's magic.
I mean, he seems pretty mad, so be something that has to deal with madness. So
It could
Absolutely
be any of those
bonkers.
three things. Really. It could be a spell, it could be madness, or it could be a curse. Who knows? Maybe it's a disease.
It's a disease. He has wizard Alzheimer's.
You want to get Nothics? Because that's how you get Nothics.
Well, hopefully one day, if you find the means of curing him, please return and see if you can.
It seems like
Because
he's a good guy.
yes, although since becoming mad, his whims have become increasingly difficult to deal with, like having us dry the outside of the mansion every time that there's rain.
how are they able to leave the mansion?
Heck, as the person that made it, he can probably modify it.
Okay. It's probably an infinite space opposed to only 100 rooms.
Because it's a door that opens to an extra dimensional space that is effectively the mansion. So you have to wonder how it's even getting rained on in the first place, let alone that they have to go outside to dry it off by hand.
Right?
But yeah. And
Why don't you just tell him that you did it, and like
Oh,
he'll
he
never know the
knows.
difference.
Well, there's water on the windows. And actually, when he says that, you're in the study, there's windows, and you see outside to what looks like just a very beautiful, endlessly stretching grass plain.
Can I open the window?
Yeah, you open the window.
Stick my head out the window?
There's you feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, a nice gentle breeze, and the smell of grass.
Ugh.
Hmm.
I hate this.
I hate the sun.
I closed the window and was like, all right, we should get to camp.
Wait, they're just gonna quickly glance out the window.
No, you don't want to. You don't want it.
You
It's bad.
glance out. It's beautiful.
It's really bad.
It's strange because the lens of Barovia. You're talking about burning daylight and stuff. There's daylight, but the sun is forever shrouded behind these heavily overcast clouds. And you've never seen like a single ray, but now you see the brightness of a clear blue sky, and
You see the
Don't
orb.
look at the sun.
you don't see the sun from where you are, but you are aware that there is in fact a sun shining outside of this window.
There is like a brief moment of awe at just how much color there is outside. But this is a magical space. It's more than likely not real and just some sort of a weird illusion. Yep, time to go.
Does it look like the material? Like the
Yeah,
material plane?
yeah, it does.
Okay.
It looks like it, but it's well, it looks like it in the sense of like that looks like plants and stuff from there. Like if you were to just be in a grass field somewhere, I don't know,
Right.
like near Green Nest or some shit like that. But yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, it almost kind of does look like the green fields. But beyond that, the fact that like it seemingly stretches on forever and you don't see like any mountains or any other like landmarks out in the distance, you know that it's not the actual material.
No, but it looks a lot like it. It's
It
neat.
does.
Wonder if you can make it look like home. Anyway, yeah, we should go.
Let's get move on.
You'll come back anytime.
Yeah, well, if we ever find the way, I'm sure we'll be back. I will if I find the way anyway.
Well, I hope that you can, and I would be quite grateful for it. And at that point, another Bevins would run in and with a tray of coffee.
Ah,
Wait, there's two of you? I thought you were just changing your hair color like I can.
no, they're different people.
No, there are many of us.
I will. I'll just kind of look down at him and kind of like gesture towards the tray, like, may I?
Oh yes, of course.
I take the whole tray.
You
have
take
one of
the
them?
whole tray. You would also notice very
Sure.
briefly, like while you're having this interaction, one of the bookshelves would sort of slide forward and over to the side, and you would see a maid step out with like a basket, and it's another halfling, female halfling with like red hair, curly red hair, almost like the redheaded version of like Rosie Cotton from Lord of the Rings, and you just see the main Bevins that you were talking to just turn towards her. Marjorie, be quick. You know how he gets, and then she just nods and goes about her work.
Oh, Marjorie, I was expecting Bevins.
No, the master is not aware that any women work here. He said that girls are gross, and this is a boys only club.
I
So
look
that
at
women have
Eillena and
cooties.
Dorje. It's like,
Guests are a different story. He doesn't want women working for him because they have cooties and they'll touch his stuff and give him. It's ridiculous. I told you,
These don't
whims are
exist in the
insane.
Feywild, so I don't have them.
That's good to know. I'll make sure to tell him that after I finish scrubbing everything that you've touched since you've come in.
Yeah, we should probably go check on Neo and cheese legs.
All right. He'll just lead you guys to the door and yes, thank you. Come again.
Thank
Bye.
you. Come again.
Thank you. Come again.
Okay.
And as the door closes behind you and you step outside of it, Nigo, the tray and the coffee cups all just disappear.
No!
What? Georgie just sort of jumps at the
Inigo just
outcry.
kind of collapses to the ground.
See, that wouldn't have happened if you put the sugar in it like you're supposed to.
You
I start chugging.
Oh my god!
Georgia
you
just
gotta do it
looks
until it
over
ran
at Eillena, like so completely shocked. Like, what the hell is this?
He really likes his coffee, but he doesn't drink it right. He doesn't put all the sugar in it. Like, he doesn't keep enough sugar in his office either. I had to use up, like, his whole bowl for one cup. There wasn't enough in there.
I see.
Let's just go.
Oh, so apparently the servants are supposed to be near transparent. Look, at this point, you all know it's the guy that made the fucking spell. He could do whatever he wants.
And for what Beck said, if you go by the original spell, his would be bigger than the regular one. Because its size was based off your caster level.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, you got 3. Because what is it? In 5e, it's like 50 10-foot squares, 10-foot cubes. But it used to be 3 per caster level, and he was like level 27 or something.
Oh yeah. You can create any floor plan you like, but the space can't exceed 50 cubes, each cube being 10 foot on each side.
Yeah, so his was almost twice as many 10-foot cubes.
Furnished and decorated as you choose. It contains sufficient food to serve it. Wow. Pretty cool. Yeah, I'd reasonably say that this dude can effectively make it however he wants to. So
He has a reality stone in there.
yeah. But you guys make it back out onto the cliff edge where Neo has just been chilling with cheese legs, maybe taking stock of the Vargar heads. I don't know. I'm sorry,
Right.
Neo.
I don't have a pipe. I should get one.
You could make
Make
one.
one with how good you are at wood carving.
You know what? I'll make one. Can't quite been making one. I made a very bad one.
Yeah, it's not a
You
great
didn't even
pipe.
hollow it out. It's just.
It's
I'm just learning, okay? I toss it off. I'll make another one later.
Okay. All right. So I'll say for the purpose of you guys climbing down, you'd already made the trek up. Make me for those of you that need to actually climb down. Make me, let's say, 3 athletics checks.
Do I need to because I have a climbing speed?
If you have a climbing speed, you could do it. You won't have to make me the checks.
And Dorje can fly.
Athletics is a minus
Damn.
1. I have a
Yeah.
minus 1 for athletics.
Wait, hang on. Then, if Eillena wants, Dorje can. Actually, yeah, Dorje is going to turn over to Eillena and like, do you want to just fly down or climb?
I can if you have the ability still. I wouldn't.
Okay.
You might want to Neo. I can climb fine. Neo
She'll
was the one
turn
that
to Neo.
took a while to get up.
I highly doubt you can hold me.
Oh, what am I saying? Neo's already. Wait, is Neo? Yeah.
Well,
never
I
mind.
would say Neo would go to start climbing down, and with that natural 1, make me a dex save to see if you could catch yourself.
Sure.
I'm about halfway down already, so like I'd probably see a few rocks fall past me and I turn around to look.
You'd hear like a breaking of some rock, and like maybe Neo just going crap, and then some rocks are rolling down the side.
Small rock hits
So-
Neo in the back of the
Okay.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dorje is just gonna reach down and cast fly, and she'll twin cast it. So that both she and Neo can fly. And just for my own little like flavor of it, Neo has draconic wings, or draconic ethereal wings, and Dorje has ethereal raven wings.
What in the hell?
Okay. Sure, why not? I mean, like, it gives you a flying speed, so sure, I don't... It's flavor.
Can I
So,
Free.
can I hold cheese legs?
okay, so yeah, you start climbing down, you fall, you grab yourself, then Dorje comes down and hits you with it so that you could fly too. You just come back up and grab cheese legs,
I can fly.
and you start flying down with cheese legs.
Don't worry, cheese legs. When I get high level enough, it'll be the other way around.
There we go.
Cheese legs makes horse noises, and
No, cheese legs can speak, dude,
oh
but
yeah, that's
only
right.
telepathically.
Oh, right. Cheese legs will say in your mind, "One day, master, I shall gain the ability of flight, and you and I shall soar through the heavens."
She's like
Wait,
make horse noises as well, or is he silent all the time?
Well, if he could speak to him telepathically, I feel like, yeah, he would just be silent the rest of the time. It's just a very silent, kind of creepy horse.
You also have the stuff about Regenloft, right? The spells around here are kind of dark themed.
Yeah, so I would say, well, yours is a celestial, so he wouldn't really get twisted in any way. But with the flight, the Raven wings kind of fit. I'd say the Draconic wings probably wouldn't look draconic. They'd look more skeletal draconic.
Ah, Dracolich.
Yeah, like a Dracolich. But yeah, easily enough, since Inigo can literally just vertically fucking walk down, you have a climbing speed, and the both of them are flying. It takes you less time than you thought it would, and you eventually make it down about an hour before dark to Neo's camp with the fire pit and the log just kind of still there. And you guys are able to set your tents up once more to have a long rest,
Okay.
if that is the plan.
I know I
God.
said I could do the first watch, but I actually have something I need to do if I can be the one that doesn't do the watch, since only 3 of us had to last time.
I'll take a watch.
Like
I'll
I'll
take
normally do it, but I have to do something tonight.
I'll take first
Okay.
watch.
So Nico, you're taking the first one. Who's taking the second one?
I can.
Okay, so Nico, Dorje. And Eillena, you're taking the last one, or you said that you couldn't take one tonight?
I am not taking a watch, and I am walking off into the woods during the first 4 hours.
Okay.
To
Alright.
do the
Alright.
thing I had
Yeah, I'll
DM'd you
take the
about a
last
while
one then.
ago.
Alright, so Neil, take the last one. Alright. So
Find it and I'll
as
resend it.
yeah, if you could. Uh as you guys finish setting up, you all settle in for the night. Nigo, you have your first watch. You watch as Eillena uh gets up from the tent and heads on off into the woods.
I'll light the invisible lantern, the lantern of revealing. That's it, and kind of do a scan of the surroundings again.
Okay. You don't see anything.
No Majesto.
No, no Majesto.
All right, I'll put it out and go back to sitting by the campfire.
um, Your watch is uneventful. You don't even hear any wolves howling. You hear the occasional caw of a raven, but it's a distance away, and you've never known it to mean any sort of threat.
Not like
So
Strahd spying on us.
you're unsure, but if he was, the raven doesn't sound like it's close enough to be watching your camp.
Okay.
Excuse me. But that's it for your watch. Dorja, let me get a perception check.
Oh,
I go to bed
shit.
and I.
Just disappear while you're sleeping. Okay. Dorja, you. Trying to think. You, while you're sitting there, perhaps just all of the crazy and somewhat amazing things that you've seen in the last day, 2 days, they fill your mind, and you sort of kind of get preoccupied with that. And even though it's night, daydream, and you don't really pay too much attention. But by the time Neo comes to relieve you, nothing has seemingly happened. So all is well.
Halfway
I'd say,
through that, Eillena would come back, though.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Because you said you'd be gone for 4 hours, so.
I mean, I said that, but then I told Dylan something else.
I see.
I didn't want to interrupt y'all.
I'd say before, I think maybe like halfway through her watch, she'll actually take out just a tiny drop of the wizard ink along with a little bit of phosphorus. She'll snap off a small bit and crush it into powder along with the wizard ink to make a sort of paste, and she's going to sort of like needle and tap one of the things on her wrist. And I guess this would happen as Neo comes up, he'd see her sort of lighted on fire, and for a brief moment there's a spark there and a bit of a burn mark. And whatever was glowing around her wrists immediately stops. As I remove one of my spells.
Did you remove one?
Yes.
Are you casting something?
No, I'm removing something.
I don't understand how that works.
Weird rune child sorcerer stuff, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Very well.
Around that point, as you guys swap out, Neo, make me your perception check, and then I will cut over to Eillena's thing.
Can do.
Can do, buckaroo!
Big numbers.
During your watch, about towards the tail end of it, you hear some rustling in the trees, and you would see coming from coming from a southward direction, flying the little imp Majesto. However, this time he's got like a bandage sort of like wrapped around from like one shoulder down low, and then like wrapped around like his stomach area, and he flies on over and lands at the log near you, and just kind of like gives you a nod.
I now understand a little bit better about your own situation here. Huh? You can go home even if you wanted to.
he looks kind of sad, and he nods, and he just goes,
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
he seems kind of like sad about that, and he just kind of hangs his head and slowly shakes it. And then he looks up at you, and he just kind of shrugs, and
Oh,
he
the thing that your owner was looking for.
he looks a little excited, and he does like a hand motion, like as if he's drawing a bow and aiming, and then and he makes a little noise too. He goes like as he's releasing the arrow, and he points at you and nods like as if to ask like, so you found it?
Yeah, I point back towards cheese legs as it's just hanging on the side.
He gives you a thumbs up, and he nods again, and he looks over at cheese legs, and then he points at himself, and he points back in the direction that he came from, and he kind of like indicates like with his hands as if like flying, and he makes like a motion almost like with his fingers for like the rising sun. Basically, you could infer in the morning he's gonna fly back and let her know that you're on the way.
Sounds good to me.
And then he just nods, and he goes back to just kind of curling up near the fire. And
He could curl
eventually
up in
falling
the
asleep.
fire.
He could curl up
Yeah.
in the fire, but he doesn't want to burn the baby off. So, while all of that is transpiring, Eillena, you
Hello.
walk off into the woods. You begin calling out once you feel like you've gotten an appropriate distance away.
Okay.
And eventually, you hear something. You hear a twig snap, and
I immediately whip around.
the quick flutter of wings. And you look up to a low-hanging branch, and you see perched upon it a raven.
Okay.
It,
Um,
it looks at you expectantly.
does the raven seem like a raven to me, or like it might be something fey?
Uh, do you have like an ability that would like let you like sort of passively sense that, or
Um,
no? I'm curious because I know that you have it's a Fey Lust thing, right?
Do you
So
have
no,
primal
I mean
awareness or primeval awareness?
I have the Tasha's one, so I don't have the detect enemies.
oh, okay. Uh
But I mean, I'm from the Feywild. I'm a Fey Wanderer, and I am Fey Lost.
yeah.
If
So
it matters.
yeah, this doesn't seem like a regular raven. It doesn't like stand out. Actually, the standout thing about it would be its eyes are a light blue.
Okay. Did Snack send you?
Uh, it slowly kind of bobs its head up and down.
I have some first level slots left. Let's cast. That's to GM. So let's cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. You cast the spell, and you would hear him say, "Yes, yes, Snack sent me."
Um, I messed up today. I made the a Fey die. I didn't do it, but I mean it's my fault.
You killed another Fae?
No, I summoned one because I didn't know how this place worked. And something else
Ah,
killed it. It was a spirit and it was supposed to just go back to being a spirit.
I see. That's not good.
No.
You didn't kill them, though. So you have not broken our laws. But that's not good.
No. Uh I was hoping that Snacks would know, or maybe you do since he sent you. Like, does that just happen if they die?
Here? Yes. If they die here,
Like, what if they don't die? Like, can they come here and then when they're a spirit they go away, or are they trapped here too?
I believe, let me check. I think it's only when they die. If they die here, they're trapped.
And like, if this creature wouldn't know, that's fine. It's just like trying to call Snacks would be the only thing she would know to do.
Yeah. Yeah. When they die here, they are trapped. If they do not die, they may return.
Okay. Um. Uh. Did Snacks know that I'm not gonna be able to leave here?
Kind of like cocks its head to the side, and he. You. Yes. He knew you would not be able to leave. But if you deliver his message, perhaps you will find the way to leave.
Okay. I just gotta stop the vampires and my friends from killing Winter Splinter and deliver a message to him. Yeah, okay.
But you must be careful. Winter Splinter has forgotten some things.
Is he one of us?
Yes,
Okay, that's what I thought.
he is old. He was once very powerful. He is still powerful. Keep your wits about you. You might die. And then you will be trapped here forever.
Well, I mean, it's not my first time being trapped somewhere, but I don't like it still.
This place is not nice.
No, neither. I miss home.
Perhaps one day you will find your way back.
Okay. Thank you. I hope you're not trapped here. I mean, you didn't die, so you said it should be okay.
It should be okay. I must stay for a while longer, though. I cannot leave just yet.
Okay.
There are things to do. And he will hop off of the branch and fly away.
Okay. Do I feel like it has been more than the 4 hours of yelling?
You would have come back probably towards. What was it? Dorje was second.
Yeah.
You would have come back towards the middle of Dorje's, but because she didn't roll a high perception, she wouldn't have even noticed you coming back into camp.
And Inigo wouldn't have known I left, or Neo wouldn't have known I left because I left during Inigo's watch.
Yeah. Yeah, so like
But-
when Neo was
but
getting
meanwhile,
up to go do his.
I'm just sitting there tranced by the fire.
Yeah. So,
The perfect crime.
The perfect crime. Going and making deals with Fey entities.
Wait, then that means Eillena would have seen what Dorje was doing as well.
well, no, because you said you were doing it at the tail end, right? When Neo was coming to
No, I
switch with
said-
you?
I said that I started doing it like halfway through the watch, and then like
Oh,
at the tail end is when
when
Neo
it would
would
have
see the
finished?
end result.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
when you're tranced, I believe you're aware of your surroundings while tranced.
You are.
Yeah, so it's not like she was like directly watching you, but I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
she
it.
would have been there for it, but like you wouldn't have noticed her come back, and then she just kind of like sat there off to the side of your periphery, and you were very focused on doing that, and then you were done, and then Neo just kind of came out and was like, "Ah, look, they're
Nope.
both here. Things are normal."
Yeah.
But yeah, and eventually there a sort of light would return to the sky, and the morning would come. And I'll say at that point, you all having had your long rest, let's take a quick tenor, because I gotta use the bathroom.
Excellent.
But now there's two of them.
No, there's two of them.
The poor guy. The one that you talk to is now stuck here too.
Snacks set up for a reason. Snacks knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Snacks is going to get me home eventually.
It's definitely a good idea to trust snakes.
Yeah. Snacks is from home.
Exactly.
Trust the Fae, but not too far.
I mean, there's a Fae in your party, kind of.
It's true.
Sweet.
There's actually there's one Fae and there's one half Fae.
Well, half fallen Fae.
It does not change what she said. Trust them just a little bit.
I mean, let's be honest here. It's trusting a Fae and a half Drow. That's
That is true.
what are we doing? We're trusting a Fae, a half Drow, and a half vampire right now.
If you trust them just slightly, not too much, just so you can, keep living yourself.
I think Neo is the
Trust them as
only
much as you
actually
trust a
trustworthy
2-year-old.
person. And he was gonna kill Majesto. Alright, I'll be right back.
Oh, kill my jester, he's good.
You were gonna kill him the first time he was here.
We worked out our differences.
I am back.
Hello.
Return.
Hello.
What I've realized in making 4 variants of my character on Hero Forge is that it's hard to tell the difference between a Spring Eladrin and a Sea Elf. And it's hard to tell the difference between a Drow and a Winter Eladrin. Except that Drow are short, as established earlier.
And Eladrin have more Fey-like ears.
It's true. But like, if you can't see the ears, I'd say it's hard to tell.
Yeah, when we came across Stella, we thought we were fighting a drow.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of dumb, but it's because they want all the for most of it they've wanted all the player races to be humanoid. But like Minotaur are monstrosities, but the player race is humanoid. Eladrin are Fey, but the player race is humanoid.
What about centaurs?
I think centaurs are Fey as
Yeah,
the player
I,
race.
I can double check. I'm pretty sure they're definitely not humanoid.
Yeah, and you know, plasmoids
For
are definitely
players there.
ooze, not humanoid.
That is true
Centaurs
too.
are Fey.
But as a race, they still are called humanoids, though.
What's weird about Minotaurs is that
Yeah, so the centaur in Monsters of the Multiverse, you are a
Mortis.
Fey, your creature type.
With
Oh,
Minotaurs, they don't have labyrinthian recall, but they're still immune to maze. Because it doesn't say that creatures with labyrinthian recall are immune to maze. It says Minotaurs are immune to maze.
It's true. They are not, however, immune to the hedge maze imprisonment. Or it might not be hedge maze, but there's a maze as one of the imprisonment options, I think.
Yeah, I think that one's different because it's not a solvable maze.
Yeah, it's not. Oh, and it's not even it doesn't even say maze in the description, never mind. The spell transports the target into a tiny demi-plane that is warded against teleportation and planar travel. The demi-plane... Oh, it can be a labyrinth. So yeah, that is a maze. A cage, a tower, or any similar confined structure. So if you made the hedged prison imprisonment a labyrinth, how does labyrinthian recall work?
A Minotaur can perfectly recall any path it has traveled.
So they just have a mental ball of golden yarn. You have advantage on survival checks to navigate or track.
Skeletal
Always know the
Minotaurs
direction
don't
is
have
north.
that, though.
What about skeletal minotaurs?
Minotaur skeletons don't have labyrinthian recall.
So
No.
did did Morty's Multiverse of Madness? No, Minotaur is still humanoid in Morty's Multiverse of Madness.
Well, it's
Multi's Minotaur of
the
Madness.
Ravnica Minotaur.
It gave the centaurs the Fae. Yeah,
Like there are
that's my
monstrosity
complaint of the deck.
playable races. The Thykreen, right?
Are Thrycreen listed as
Ooh.
monstrosities as your character creature type?
Yes.
Are they?
Yep. Thykreen
Spelljammers, Adventures
are
in Space.
monstrosity.
You are a monstrosity.
Yeah, all the ones from the Spelljammer, they have
What is a
a
Hidozi?
different a
I
different
think
creature type.
Hydrosies are either monstrosity or humanoid.
Hidozi are humanoid. Um,
somewhere.
What else was added there?
Patron deity.
Gnomes
Strike
are
Queen,
None.
Autognome.
are constructs.
Astral elves are humanoid, which I agree with.
Space
Like, the whole thing
elves.
with the Eladrin is they stayed in the Feywild when the other elves went to the material, and that's why they're more Fey. And plasmoids are Izzes.
There we go. Now it's working.
It's a tough decision, Dylan, on if that conversation stopped the winter from coming or not.
It's up to
Are
you.
you going to be the Winter Splinter?
Yeah, are you going to become the Winter Splinter?
Winter Splinter.
Winter Splinter, Winter Splinter.
Splinter.
It's almost like Beetlejuice.
Because you know, if you say Beetlejuice 3 times, then Beetlejuice will show up and oh, you
You
almost got
fucked
me.
up! I said Beetlejuice and then you said Beetlejuice.
Yeah, but then he said other words between
no.
saying
I
Beetlejuice the third time.
I see. Okay. Imagine if it was like you can only say it if you can only say it twice in your life, and then once you say it the third time, doesn't matter how many words are in between or how much time has passed. If you say it the third time,
One simple trick astronomers do not want you to know.
what's the star's called Betelgeuse?
Is
Actually.
that how it's pronounced?
Yeah, it's
It's
Betelgeuse.
Betelgeuse, yeah. Because
Because it is
that was
spelled the
the
same,
name of
isn't
my
it?
favorite Archbishop of Sin, Betelgeuse Romanicanti.
Juice.
And what it means, armpit or something like that.
Who's this Tharsa Dune guy?
I think you can take him.
Also known as the Chained God and the Elder Elemental Eye. Yeah, I don't think I could
He's
take that.
let's look here. He is a level. Oh, he's a low level for a deity. His avatar is only a cleric 20, wizard 20. He's only level 40. You can take him.
Oh yeah, I could totally take him.
Wait, does that mean Uriel was a low-level deity when we were fighting him? If he's an avatar?
Real Septum?
No, anything powerful enough. Well, even a you don't have to be a deity. You can be a quasi deity and have an avatar.
This is true.
Are archangels quasi-deities then?
You are in a world that has not had gods. Well, as far as you know, has not had physical gods.
In quite
So
some time.
yeah,
Aaron,
and that's
Aaron believes there is.
right. Right.
Walter, I think, is established to believe there is.
Yeah, Walter, well, yeah, ever since the Reckoning, gods have existed again. So,
Yeah. Well, so like it's weird, right? Because like if we're going off of 5e lore, um the gods of this world, like the polytheistic pantheons, there were followers of them that went to Faerun and then, still worship them over there, right?
Yeah. Well, they didn't just go. They were
some were
kidnapped
kidnapped.
as slaves.
Right.
But
But the point is that like that worship was brought over there, but it's maintained. Whereas like over here, it hasn't really maintained. Like, sure,
right.
yeah, like there's people that say that they're like Norse pagans in the modern age, but I mean, like, who do you know out here worshiping like Set and Ra? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, no one's actually doing that. And if they are, they're so far few and in between that you're like never gonna meet one in real life. Same
I'd
thing
say
with
there's
like
more of a chance of
Greek
the Greek and
gods
Roman
and
because of how much symbolism is still used.
right.
Like
But even then, like there's
it
people
is
that are
still
like they say they're Hellenistic, but they don't actually worship the gods. They just like a bunch of gym dudes that I used to talk to when I went to the gym. They're like, "Oh yeah, we're Hellenistic." I'm like, "Why?" And they're like, "Well, because of like the warrior culture of like ancient Greece and like how your body's a temple and all that." And I'm
Oh.
like, "So you don't worship Zeus? You just want to be like a Spartan warrior?" And they're like, "Yeah, basically." What happened?
I hate this song gets stuck in
No
my head from the
idea.
dumbest things.
My
Dylan
audio
just
cut
got
out
"I
for
Want to
some
Be
reason.
Like You" from the Jungle Book stuck in my head.
Wait, how did I get something from the Jungle Book stuck in your head?
There's a song that King Louis sings called "I Want to Be Like You."
I wanna be like you.
Wanna be like you.
Walk like you, talk like
Talk
you.
like
Which
you.
totally does not have racial undertones at all. Nope.
Oh, what are you talking
It's a
about? I
monkey
love
trying to
the
be a
Jim.
man.
I loved Jim Crows in Dumbo.
Yeah, they were. That's what they were called. Yep.
Yeah,
The crows
Jim.
that sang to Dumbo were called the Jim Crows.
There was nothing sinister about that.
Old Disney definitely had no racism in it whatsoever. Just go watch
No.
Song of the South. It's the least
I mean, heck,
racist.
we can go before that and we can see some Walt Disney anti-Semitism. He made
Yep.
propaganda for the Nazis.
Oh god.
Yeah, but then he turned around and made propaganda for the states. So I mean, like, it kind of maybe balanced
It was
itself.
Like
legitimately
every
built
good
on
corporation
propaganda.
playing both sides.
Like a good capitalist.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Donald Duck in Nazi land. All right. Right.
You
So
don't remember the time when Donald Duck went up in Disneyland and was like,
Like,
what did you even say?
I don't know that he's repeated. I heard him.
God, I wish I wasn't sick. I'd try and match that.
Dylan, don't worry. It's all in the recording. Vic doesn't edit stuff.
that is the best Donald Duck impression I can do.
Sounded more
I
like
mean,
Golan.
it was all right, but I didn't understand a word of what you said.
Donald Duck impressions do not come over Discord very well.
Alrighty, so you guys have your long rest.
Yay!
You pack up.
Even the
I'm
person that yelled at themselves, horse.
Yep. And where are you headed?
No, I would say before they wake up, they at the end of the long rest, Neo definitely sees something, and the other two would when they come out.
What do I see?
Eillena looks a lot like your new companion currently.
I look at my gi and see what color it is. It is winter.
Yeah,
That's not good.
Yeah, Inigo and Neo had never seen. Neo only saw her for a short time, but neither of them have ever seen her in this form. Inigo has seen the other three.
I've never seen her like this before.
She's sitting down. She would not be drinking currently, as even though the art says so.
That's a different look.
How
She just does not respond.
How you feeling?
It doesn't matter.
I guess it doesn't.
What?
We get a jump scare, Dylan.
Oh yeah, sorry. There you go.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
one eye is blue, as it always is. The other eye is pitch black. Well, the iris is pitch black. The white is still white.
Yeah, Dorja just looks between the group like, what in the world?
I feel like
Yeah.
because Dorje probably hasn't seen Eladrin before because I
This
don't
would be
think they're
the
here.
Probably
first time
not.
that she sees you changing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because I was Summer when she first met us.
Uh,
I think.
Dorsey, she's
No, I don't think
she's in a lodge.
she. But she very much looks like it would look like a drow in.
She,
Oh, she looks very
Virgil says
similar
as
to a
much.
drow, apparently.
She looks like she could pass for my mother. Are you sure?
I'm not that old. Well, actually, I am, I guess.
No, your elves don't show it too well as well. There's that.
Well, yeah, elves. I was gonna say elves age like Asian people, but no, I wouldn't know what an Asian person is.
It's a Maztecan?
Yeah, elves. He wouldn't know what that is either. But yeah, elves stay
only
young for like
380.
ever, and then suddenly they're ancient when they reach around 900. So
They just fucking corrode and rot.
As everything does.
And that's the truth.
She said, okay. So what are we doing today?
returning back to Vallakie to let my father know that the Vogger have been dealt with. Also, to return the bow and collect our bounties with the heads.
Sorry, what was that?
We're returning to Vallakie to let my father know that we take care of the Vogger, returning the bow, and getting
Yeah, yeah.
our bounties for the heads.
I feel like we should go back
Probably get more
to the village
alcohol.
of Barovia though, because Kenku kind of brought it to our attention.
Shut up.
Kind of need to go back there, guys. I think.
What do we need to go
Yeah,
there for?
Barovia is actually a crater right now because we didn't stop the attacks.
Yeah, the attacks from fucking the heavens, just sending down meteors on top of it. If only our heroes were there.
If only they had been there to save the people.
I can't believe you guys didn't save the dinosaurs from the meteorite impact in Mexico. Like, what's wrong with you guys?
Morty was supposed
I
to do it,
ran
but
out
he's
of the
been here
wish
being
spell.
scared.
Look, quit bullying me.
Why, does something happen? Was something supposed to happen in Barovia?
Not that anybody knows. It's just off topic. I guess off character.
Yeah, and Elena's so depressed she's aware of that. What have you done?
Oh no, she's aware of the off
she's
character conversations.
she's become
Why
She's
are
Deadpool.
there,
She's
making a
so
fourth wall.
depressed.
why are there giants standing around the map?
Yeah, we should go back to Vallakie. That's the tower. Do you reckon it would be too much of a detour to go there first and then go back to Vallakie?
Oh yeah, because well, that's into Winter Splinter's territory, right?
No, Winter Splendor
No,
was
that's
south. Was
yeah,
south.
south of
Yes.
Here, this area.
Yeah, it sounded like he's kind of down near Baba Lasagna.
Okay.
Baba lasagna.
Because we have the bow now, and it would be a shame not to give it a try at least. As long as we don't break it, that is. It seems magical, so it should hold out.
Is Majesto still here?
He is, yes.
I mean,
Is he reacting
I'll
to
look
that?
to Majesto and say, do you think that she would mind if you used it a little bit?
He's just kind of like doing his morning stretches and everything, and like when you ask him that, he's like, "Eh," and then he shrugs, pretty unsure.
Yeah, I wouldn't know either.
I mean, My father's also like, if we take too long, he'll probably think I'm dead and a disappointment. So
It has been
Yeah,
one day.
but I mean, doesn't he already think that?
Damn. She became too
That's
savage.
fucking brutal.
Fucking dead.
I'd say that's another clear sign to Inigo that something is not right. If the emotional damage isn't too much.
yeah, he's just kind of speechless at that. Like he has nothing to say about it.
Hey, I'm just Neo's just well, business as usual. It's just a little bit weird. I guess you never really paid too much attention to how she acts.
It's very hard to do that voice and not not excited.
You suck, Inigo.
Inigo, disappointment. No.
Well,
I mean, I'm just gonna go wherever y'all want to go. I don't think it matters
Oh,
which
by the
one we do
way,
first.
I gave you a loose little box.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's not that little, but
Do we know roughly where um fuck, what's his name? I check my notes. Uh where's so Sandomir said far to the south, but do we know like if that's like these mountains or these mountains he was talking about? Or
he said to the
the temple?
south, Mount Gakis, so down here.
Oh, he did say Mount Gakos. Okay. I left that out of my notes. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
very well. The case we
I mean, if we want to go over there, I can get us through the woods.
that'll be helpful.
Or we can go back to Vallakie and find more drinks.
Drinks.
I
Sure,
went
Wait,
for
looks.
3 of my 4 bottles yesterday.
Also, didn't you promise that you'd perform in the circus that soon?
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah,
at
There's
the
that
end of the
too.
week.
yeah,
Don't
but
worry.
now I know
People
that they
perform in the
die.
circus drunk.
Now I know that
People
they
perform in the circus.
die. But if someone kills them during the circus,
Kills who?
the fairies.
I don't think
Really?
anyone
That's
would
what
be
I
killing
said
anyone during
before.
the circus.
And this place seems like they might. No,
You
no
don't need to.
offense, Dorje.
You don't need to perform if you don't want to, unless you already signed a paper saying that you would.
Did I sign something or did I just say I would do it?
You just said you would do it.
I mean, to a fae, that's a.
No, it's my contract,
No,
yeah.
oh yeah, that's yeah.
Should really start asking people for their names.
Why?
Old fae trick. You ask,
If
may I
Winter
have your
Slicker
name?
asks you
And then you.
for your name, say no.
Uh,
Or don't. I guess it doesn't matter, but if you like being you, don't.
Okay.
Yeah, if a fae asks you a question, assume they mean it literally.
Are you gonna be pulling that kind of tricks on us?
I don't think I can. I've never tried.
Never
Would you
tried.
not? Very strange.
Hey, Inigo, could I have a moment of your time?
No, I'm not risking that.
Don't you have like infinite time or something?
To be honest, I don't really know.
Anyway, which way are we going?
Or just like
Alcohol
cleaning
or
up the
power?
camp as we're talking.
Yeah,
Well,
you would be doing that too.
we're in a rush to get to the tower, so we could go back to Vallakie anyways.
Yeah, plus we had returned the boat.
Yeah.
I mean, the boat is on the lake. They can find it. It's not. It's not. It's not. Fuck. What's the word? Nope. Can't think of it. She's gonna open up the last bottle of champagne to stomp.
Oh, that's so much money.
She's already drank. That's the second one she's drank in the last 24 hours. She's also drank 2 Red Dragon Crushes.
Just going through all of the drink.
That is all of her drink. She tried to buy some off of Inigo, but he wouldn't take money.
Does Thorjade know how much that costs?
Yeah, you'd know that
It's very expensive.
yeah, it's quite expensive. Yeah, the Champagne de la Stomp is the most expensive by far. The Red Dragon Crush second, and yeah, they're both from the Wizards of Wine, which is the local winery. And as far as most people know, they have stopped making those ones, so they're like very coveted. The only thing that they're still able to make is their purple grape mash number whatever it is, number 3 or number 8.
Eillena, they don't make that anymore.
That's fine. There's a lot of stuff they don't make anymore. You
Like
know
A
they
good
little bit
people.
isn't making anything anymore?
She's, her eyes just go a bit wider and she's speechless before shaking her head and going back to work, purposefully not watching as Eillena finishes the bottle.
You want some?
Why not? Be gone anyway. She's gonna take a sip.
Yeah, she'll hand the bottle over to her.
And at least she's sharing. All right. Let's get a move on then.
Which way?
Vallakie.
Okay, I will navigate us to Vallakie.
Very well. As you begin to navigate to Vallakie. I'll say for the most part, you know the general direction. You keep them going south, and eventually you pop out over here on the shore. A little ways uh, walk from where you had taken the boat and put it on the shoreline.
Is there like a little sign out sheet for boats?
No,
No, okay.
no, it's just this is the only one
Because I'm
on
lawful.
this
That would.
side. No,
I'm
no.
not awful.
There might have been one on the other side, but you didn't check.
No, I
Would've
don't
been
mean for
fun
here. I
to
mean,
know.
I thought, yeah, I meant for over here.
Yeah,
Oh,
we get that.
oh yeah. There might have been. Yeah, you'd have to go look.
Hmm.
You didn't look the first time, but the thought does occur to you now, and you're like, oh shit.
Oh.
Would have been funny to pick a different alignment for each of the seasons as well, since I did different personality traits.
I mean, you're
You
effectively doing it.
kind of can, yeah. I think it does just.
No, I mean she's chaotic good, so the things that she's done have all made sense for that.
I guess you're right.
It's just the other things.
Yeah. um, So you guys manage to get back. You get your rowboat. Y'all load in. I believe also with cheese legs. If that was how you were doing that, I don't remember.
I think he dismissed him.
Yeah, he's missing.
All right, you dismiss
Should
him.
I send? Should the mom know that the what happened to the girl? I can send my bird, I guess.
Wait, who are you talking about?
What was her?
What?
Oh, the
Oh,
little girl, Gertruda.
yeah, Gertruda. I I don't think that's a good idea right now because that will probably just put her more despair. Just maybe just say
I mean,
we're
like,
on
is
her
that worse
trail
than her
and she's
being
still
dead?
alive, but we haven't gotten to her yet.
I mean, is that worse than her being dead?
I mean, if she's dead, then there's no hope. If she's still alive, then there is hope.
Right, but like the thing we found out, which Eillena is not going to say, is that which would Inigo think is worse, being dead or being that?
Being what?
Uh,
A vampire?
wasn't she taken by Strahd?
Yeah.
Yeah, Strahd took her,
Ah,
and
then
I say
she's
Strahd instead of any of the nicknames.
The devil.
Yeah, that. Yeah, residents always call him the devil or like the lord of the land.
Inigo seems to go back and forth between the two.
Somewhere along in the bitterness sand. Sorry.
yes, I believe if she's been taken by the devil, then she's certainly not still alive.
That or
But yes,
she's being kept, but yeah.
I mean, if she's alive, she can still make blood. If you turned her into a vampire, we can turn her back. Like we did with the kid.
Yes,
We,
we can.
we kill her and then raise her again.
The thing
I
we can
don't
turn
have
you
any more
back,
of those. I
Inigo.
don't have any more of those diamonds. We
Yeah,
got that one
we'd
from
have
the
to
man.
find another diamond, yeah.
You think that maybe you could turn you back, Inigo?
I'm not a vampire.
No,
We
but
haven't
you're
tried
half.
yet.
So if I cast half the spell, does it work?
I mean, you'd have to half kill me. I'd
Yeah,
have to
Well,
be
I have
mostly
Kill
dead.
you.
how would that
think
work?
Neo's able to do that.
But I like the way I am, okay?
But what if you don't know that you like the way you are?
But
you
I
know,
do know.
just think about it.
Just think about it.
I mean, there's worse things than being half dead. You could also be half undead, and that's worse. Oh wait,
It's kind of what it is, isn't it?
I'm not.
To some degree.
Start rowing, Neo.
Yeah, make me an athletics roll.
Yeah, dude.
No, it's not a hard DC. Start rowing. Takes you a little bit slower going than last time, but eventually you make it over to the other side of the lake. Manage to pull your boat up onto the shoreline. And now that you think about it, Inigo, you do see a little distance away. There's like a little fisherman's shack, almost kind of, and it's got like some general fishing supplies. You think it just kind of belongs to the town, but inside there's like a logbook, and it's like boat 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like a box for you to sign out and sign back in once you've brought it back.
All right. What boat were we on?
If you had looked like towards the front, oh my god, the
The bow.
Wow.
Yeah, bow. Bow.
Bow
Towards
wow.
the bow wow. Towards the bow, you would have seen like a little, like a little brass, like two.
Okay. I'll write in the logbook. Boat 2 taken for 1 day. Reason von Schroeder business. That should shut anyone up.
All right.
Schrodinger's normally use their own boat.
We don't have a boat. My
You
dad
say
can.
that.
My
It's a
dad can
giant
fly.
yacht.
It's
No.
a yacht.
It just has a
No,
visibility cast on it.
Yep. You weren't able to see it until now, but as soon as it got mentioned, there's a giant pimpin' vampire yacht now.
My father never told me about this.
But you sign that, resummon cheese legs, and you head into the town of Vallakie.
To the
me-
Burgermeister.
And my fucking spell slot. There we go.
Burger Man.
You don't need to use a spell slot to summon cheese legs.
Burger Man. I don't.
You just call him.
Yeah.
He's already here.
You can
No, it's
dismiss him
only
as an
like
action
fully
and call him back as an action.
If he dies, you have to resummon him. But like you can just dismiss and call him as an action without
like a familiar.
doing those things.
Oh boy. All right. Okay.
Dorje, you
Just
said that
legs.
they
Just
don't make that drink anymore. Who makes it? Like who made it? Where do we go to get the where did they make it?
no. Think about what you're gonna say, because this may lead us to some a whole escapade of going after drinks.
You know, Eillena, I think it's better that you take your mind off alcohol. Try coffee. I hand her my mug.
Do you have sugar?
Oh, it's black.
No, I didn't like it when I tried that.
I mean, you never tried it when you're like this before.
Yeah, you might be a coffee depression person.
Okay. So let me roll the d20 to see if I ruin his thing. Like you're offering me the
Yeah, the coffee.
okay. Okay, I do not ruin your coffee. And then
No coffee for 1 hour, and Nico is sad.
she spits it out to the side.
Well, it's a good thing it's boundless.
It's
take
so bitter.
Take it back and drink it.
Bitter shouldn't be in foods and drinks.
And sometimes I think the sun shouldn't exist, but here we are.
I mean, the sun should exist, but it shouldn't move around by itself. It should depend on where you are.
It's supposed to be like a flat Earth joke.
No, it's the Feywild.
It's the Feywild. The sun is.
There's areas that are always new, and there's areas that are always night.
Oh yeah.
It always varies, depending on where you are.
And if you're near a Archfey's domain, they can just change it. It doesn't move by itself. But I mean, also, no, I think the Feywild is around like the planet. I don't know. Some of the planes are flat.
So, anyways,
Flat Feywild?
Shape and size infinite.
I mean, the Feywild is exactly what the material plane is. So, if the material plane is flat, then the Feywild's flat.
Oh yeah, you're right. And because the material plane is flat, then the Feywild is in fact flat. fucking cannot. But yeah, so you guys walk into the town. Yeah.
I wear my gold ear jewelry, so I look like a drow.
I just look like a drow currently. Unless
Yeah.
people here are familiar with Winter Electra.
The general people like walking by, going about their business, they just kind of like,
Don't pay any mind.
yeah, they usually like cross over to the other side of the road and walk away from you.
Also, normal life, I get it.
Two drow and a von Schrodinger walk through the gate
And a Goliath.
with their
Well,
with the
yeah,
Goliath.
you guys walking up to the gate. Yeah, they just let you back in. They seen you went. They see you coming back. I'd say you know that the Burgermeister's mansion, if that's where you're heading, is down here. Give you a little arrow. It's that building right there.
It's still a couple days before the circus, right?
Yeah, you have a couple days before the circus. There's also a couple days before the festival. Both supposed to happen the same day. But is that where you're heading straight to? You're just heading straight to the
I mean,
Burgermeister's?
it'd be on the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll say you guys head down the road and you get there. Come to this. Oh, here we are. This mansion has walls of plastered stone that display many scars where the plaster has fallen away from age and neglect. Drapes cover every window, including a large arched opening above the mansion's double entrance doors. They'll bring you to. There's a map for it. Yay! Oh,
The thing, the heads we're supposed to bring to the castle, right?
the Vargar heads are for the Burgermeister.
No.
Where are we dropping?
Down over here.
Shit.
By the
As in,
river.
like,
Backyard.
bottom right, bottom left,
Bottom right.
bottom right.
The new token didn't get vision set up.
God
Neither did
damn it! It never saves. I don't know what I'm
No,
doing wrong.
it's because we changed the token.
Yeah.
We changed the sides.
Okay, so what do I have to do? Let's
Same
see.
thing.
Vision,
Yeah,
night vision, 60. Save. Door J, vision, night vision, 60. Save.
and then I will save that as my default. So that shouldn't have to happen again.
Alrighty.
Until the 5th season is discovered.
Is that coming out with Fireball 2.0?
Yeah.
Yo, Fireball 2.0.
It's actually
It's
Summer 2.0. It includes global warming back.
Oh no.
funny. I know what Matt's doing, man. He's cooking.
I mean, with the Fireball 2.0, you better be cooking.
Yeah. But yeah, you approach the Burgermeister mansion.
I'm just following. I don't know why we're here.
I do not believe I have actually gone to the Burgermeister's mansion, so I don't know how to behave other than extremely polite.
This is yeah.
No,
You're not wrong.
they don't really care as long as they're strong enough.
I
They'll
wonder if
let
they
you
have
do anything.
alcohol in there.
It's weird.
As you walk up to the door and knock, door will open.
Knock,
Yes.
knock.
And a maid will come to the door, Barovian lady, and hello. Are you here? What are you here for?
What's with all this trouble?
Bounties on vulgar heads.
I thought you were here for the Baroness's tea parties. Okay, that's good because we are at capacity. Please come in.
Tea party, huh? Yeah, maybe you can get in there, Eillena. Maybe they have
No,
some
I don't.
moves.
Maybe.
I thought she said she was at capacity.
Yeah, maybe it's Alaskan tea.
How tall is the door, Kinko?
It's average door height. You have to stoop.
God damn it.
God damn it.
You small people in your small houses.
Uh, please wait here. I will let the Baron know that you have arrived.
Yeah.
And she,
As she leaves, is there anybody else watching us?
no, not that you
I
see.
just fucking bring cheese legs in.
You just bring cheese legs inside?
I'm gonna pop a squat on this bundle over here.
Okay, there he is.
There's my boy.
You just have him in the middle of the hallway. You hear
Yeah,
like
here's the
some,
stack of things on the side, right? So he needs to be
yeah,
in here.
yeah, that's true. You hear some people like down the hallway. You hear like a bunch of talking and like some occasional giggling, but
Does the floor
that's
creak under its weight?
oh, it does. Yeah, yeah. It
Uh,
creaks under cheese legs weight.
it's I don't think the floor can hold him for long.
Seems to be holding just fine for now.
I mean, if it's gonna break, it's gonna break.
That is
Oh,
very true.
oh yeah, they have a thing. Hold on. Framed portraits adorn the walls of this grand foyer, which features a wide staircase with a sculpted railing. A long carpeted hall attached to the foyer stretches almost the length of the mansion and has several doors leading away from it, including one at the far end. Bundles of twigs are heaped against the wall. So those are all bundles of twigs that you see.
Twigs.
And yep, just big bundles of twigs.
Huh.
I pop the squat on twigs.
Yep, you're
Are
just
they
sitting on a
are,
twig bundle.
are they setting up for some I don't know, big training?
uh, you would remember because it was like literally the other day in game. You had read about the festival, and you think it might have something to do with the festival.
Okay.
Oh, Festivus.
Yeah, the Wolf's Head Jamboree. A few minutes later, as you're getting the Varga heads, the maid will come back to. Oh, how did the horse get in?
Brought it inside with me. Why?
Oh, the master doesn't like animals besides his dogs. You're going to have to put him outside.
But it has the heads on it.
We can take the heads off.
Please take the heads off and bring them with you.
Don't know why adding steps like that, but sure.
I don't know why you're adding steps like that, but okay.
Fine, I guess.
I can't carry him. I don't know.
I'm taking the heads off.
All right.
Taking that.
And I'll say cheese legs just kind of gets brought outside. The maid will like tie him up to the railing out there or whatever.
Apologies. I tried to
Oh.
explain to him that that was a bad idea, but he doesn't listen to anyone.
Okay. Well, it's okay now. The horse is outside. Please come upstairs with me. And she'll head on up the stairs, and I'll pop. You guys would be. Oh yeah. Let me just move you. Come here.
Bet there be
I'll
another thing to sit on up there.
I can't just move you normally. I gotta like move you through the door because the
Oh,
walls exist.
there we go.
What?
Nothing.
As you come on up, let's see, which one is that one? The staircase climbs 20 feet to a beautifully appointed gallery that continues towards the west, running almost the length of the mansion. Framed landscape paintings line the walls, and red silk drapes cover a 10-foot arched window of leaded glass. And she will lead you on down the hallway.
I'd be admiring the art.
It's quite nice.
Sorry. But sounds like any other. Some are bigger, some are smaller. Actually, all of them are small.
Oh, you should have seen Morty's.
Yeah, Morty's was much bigger.
They had like a
she'll,
whole open field on the inside. It was
the door.
gross.
She'll open the door and she's just like, Master Vallakovich, the people with the bounty have arrived, and she'll just like open the door for you and kind of like shift out of the way. You come in, you see this dude, Baron Vargas, Baba Bibabo.
Dude has a 5 head.
He does, yeah.
No, that's a 7 head. His hairline is like, if you draw a straight line up from the back of his ears, that's where his hairline starts.
You look very smart.
I'll give you a little extra jump scare.
What
It's so sad. Look at him. Look at him.
Oh yeah, I was right where his hairline starts.
a beautiful lad.
It's a creature, and you see he has like these two mastiffs off over to the side. They're just kind of like sitting there, well, lying there and like slobbering. Yeah, no, there's no seats when you come in. This place is
How
very
old
much.
is he?
Bit older. I think it says 50s.
50s. Okay, so I would have
Oh, he's the
known
youngin'.
his father as the Burgermeister then.
Yes, yeah, the previous Vallakovich. This is his son Vargas. His father was I think it says here Vincent. Yeah,
Would I have known Vargas personally at all?
no.
No.
Like you would have seen him like when he was a kid running around and shit, but like you didn't really. Your father. Any association with the Burgermeister was just like for show, like the Schrodingers, the von Schrodingers were the real lords of the land. This was just kind of like their go-between for the
Oh,
people.
so it's possible I might have also bullied him when we were
Oh
kids.
yeah. Oh, definitely.
He
But
was already
as
this bald when he was a little kid too.
yeah, you don't remember him having a lot of hair growing up either. No.
Oh shit! Is that you, 5-head Vallakie?
5-head Vargas. Fucking
Vargas 5-head?
he looks up at all of you and so I heard that you have bounty, yes? Some Vargar heads or wolf heads?
Yeah, you killed them, and they revert back to people, but we did find a way to preserve the wolf head.
You found a way to preserve a Vargar head?
Yes, I just dropped them all on the floor or in the table in front of him.
You dropped them on the table. Yeah, that's even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just behead them when you kill
Oh fuck! I forgot to read the thing when you came in. This is a library. Floor to ceiling shelves line every
them.
wall
Oh, I
of
thought it
this
was a
windowless
counter
room.
that surrounded the fucking...
No. Yeah, floor to ceiling shelves line every wall of this windowless room, and the number of books contained here is nothing short of astounding. A brass oil lamp sits atop a large desk in the center of the room, and the chair behind the desk is comfortably padded and has the symbol of a roaring bear stitched into its back cushion. And sitting in the chair, holding open a book, is a bear of a man. His breastplate, rapier, silk tunic, and greasy beard glisten in the lamplight. Resting on small rugs on his left and right are a pair of black mastiffs. He's greasy too. Ugh! So yeah, you drop those on his table, and he just kind of like leaps back out of his big cushion chair, and he's like, "Whoa, okay, that is nasty, but we can find a way to preserve some of these, get them stuffed, maybe. What about this one? This one is bigger than the others. What is this?
The super alpha.
Super alpha?
It's dead.
Uh,
Obviously.
this
I just
definitely
heard that.
Okay,
but yes,
super
super off is
alpha.
what we called it.
That's quite impressive. You managed to slay this foul creature.
In fact, we
Uh,
Here's
took out their nest entirely. Nest.
There are no more of them?
Unless there's like
from
a
where we
straggler
pulled
out
them.
there somewhere. Pretty sure we got them all.
You. You have done this city a great service. This is frankly phenomenal. I don't even know who you people are, but you have done a great thing. My people have been worried for many a moon about these creatures and feared them, yet I tell them all the time that everything will be alright. And you know what? It proved out. Everything is now alright. Now there is just regular wolves. Nothing else to worry about. Nothing at all. So,
What do you know about Winter Splinter?
Winter, what?
Quite direct.
You know, the Fey entity to the southwest that seems to be invading.
Oh, you mean the plants? Yes, yes. Well, Lord von Schrodinger said that they would be handling that within no time, so it is not a concern. Nothing for anyone to be worried about. So there is not much to be known. I will say though, it is a little bit of a shame you turn these in after the Wolf's Jamboree has already passed.
Pretty sure we got here after that, so
But
Couldn't
you
help
know
it.
what? You know what? We will add. He kind of like picks up the super alpha head, and he's like, the next festival at the end of the week is the Festival of the Blazing Sun. I'm sure you saw all the twig bundles when you came in. Yeah, we are using the mansion for storage until we can build the big effigy. Um, but you know what? We will hoist this up at the front of the parade so that everyone can know that everything is okay now. So this is great. This is good. You know what? Let me. Uh, and he. Uh, God, words. Uh, I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart.
Words.
He'll just go.
Find the word.
Ravona, come, come, go fetch the reward box. And the maid just opens the door and like peeks in behind you guys, and she's, oh, of course, of course. And then she runs off, and he goes, um. So, capable people like yourselves, um, are you perhaps looking for work?
yeah, we got some tasks already lined up.
What is the work?
But yeah, wouldn't say no more.
Well, let me see. Let me see. He does have something for you here.
Sure.
Where did I put it? Well, have you been to the town square at all?
Many times.
Well, as you know, there are some dissenters within the city. They are not happy with how things have been, and they think that enough has not been done to keep the peace, to keep the safety. So we put them in the stockades. But there have been rumblings and whisperings that more of these dissenters have been gathering at the local tavern, and I would like if perhaps you could keep an eye on these people. Maybe
Rough them up.
no. What is the word? Uh, put yourself with them. Become their friends. Learn what you can and report back to me, and I will have a reward for you. You will be doing the city a great service, and it will help keep order and peace in these trying times. But if that does not interest you, my son might have a job for you. He's more of an adopted son, by the way. But if you do decide to speak to him, he is in the room adjacent. Knock before you enter, and do not say anything about the arm.
What arm?
You will see it.
Exactly.
And the maid will come back. Can I click, please, mouse? Oh boy, it's doing it again. New mouse when? And she'll come
Okay.
in and she'll bring a chest and put it on the table, kind of like in between all the heads, and then sort of dismiss herself back out. And you watch as he counts out. Was it 5 for the wolf heads? A little calculator here. Let's see. And then we had. So that's 60, and then.
Oh yeah, if there's any stragglers, I'm pretty sure Morty will take care of them because they'd come back to their den and see, and just run into Morty and he'll obliterate
Are we
them.
sure that's the only den?
I mean, we're pretty sure when we came across it, right?
Yeah, Eillena had said she was pretty sure it was the den from her trekking.
Like they might have secondary dens elsewhere, but the primary den, they'll make their way back there eventually, and then run into Morty, and
Oh yeah,
then
like
get turned to
it's not
ash.
the whole. It's not the only den on the whole domain, probably, but it is the only. It was the den for up on the mountain, according to the tracking, anyway.
Okay,
Very
so
well.
it's 20 for the wolf heads, 80 for the regular Varger. He's going to give you 50 for the alpha, and then the super, just being really impressive, he's going to give you 250.
Right. But how much is in total?
Is that 100 plus 150, 250, 400?
250, 150, and 100. It's 500.
500 split 4 ways.
Yeah, 500. There you go. He'll give you 500 gold, and
125 for each of us.
then he'll just and as for if you decide to take the job, we will discuss payment if you've brought any valuable information. Other than that, mind your P's and Q's, and please enjoy the Blazing Sun Festival come the end of this week. And I believe that Vagabond Ricky is supposed to be having a circus, which I guess go enjoy that too.
Thank you. Shall we go talk to his son, see what he has
Yeah.
for us?
Yeah, we talked to him.
Okay.
Mm.
Has he like had like the occasional glance at and he goes like, he looks familiar.
He's had this look the whole time where there's recognition, but he like just can't quite place it.
Yeah, he would have been like, uh, yeah, Inigo would have been early teens around the time he was born, around the time he was a kid. So very much like the junior high kid picking on the elementary kids.
Yeah. But yeah, the guy's his son's room is across the way.
Oh, it's Grog.
It's not
Knock.
Grog. Yeah, you knock and you just hear, "Enter." I got a thing for this one too.
Oh, he's got
Where
action
is it?
figures all around.
Hold on. Dolls. This room is full of pretty little dolls with powder white skin and auburn hair. Some of them dressed beautifully, others plainly. Some of the dolls fill a long bookshelf, and others are arranged in neat rows on the wall-mounted shelves. Still others are piled atop a bed and a heavy wooden chest. What's most odd is that all of the dolls, apart from their clothing, look the same. They all look like Eillena Kalyana.
Arena.
Hey,
That was the
Master's daughter.
Burgermeister's daughter
Those-
in Barovia, right?
Yes.
mhm. What an odd place.
What's up with his arm though?
Yeah, what's with your
Right. So this dude, sorry, I didn't describe the dude yet. This guy is a monster of a man. If the other dude was a bear, this guy, he is almost your height, Neo.
Oh,
Got bald fucking head, and his right arm from the elbow down, uh, it it looks like effectively almost like a dragonborn's arm, but with like spines coming out of it and these razor sharp claws on the end of the fingers.
That's cool.
He looks at all of you and he kind of like watches how some of you like look at the dolls, and you watch as he just like kind of takes a sheet and throws it over the ones on the bed, but then kind of like glances and looks at all the others, and then he just like tries to intimidatingly look at the rest of you as if to be like, "Don't you say shit about the dolls."
You
I mean-
just see Georgia like completely awed by the designs.
Yeah, you've never seen this woman before, so you'd probably be like, "Oh, interesting that they're all the
Like,
same doll."
dang, this is pretty cool.
Meanwhile, we're like,
yeah.
okay, this is weird.
No, I am looking around.
You're looking around, yeah.
Yeah.
He looks at you and like he stares at you the hardest, and he goes, "So, what business do you have here? Why have you come to my room this day?"
Well, your father said you had to work for us.
"I see. If you are interested, it is a daunting task, however."
I mean, we just took out a Varger den. I don't know how daunting it could be.
You would be surprised.
I'll come over here and check the shelves.
Just summon cheese lights in here, why don't you?
You see like his eye is twitching, and he's just like, I believe my father might have said to you something along the lines of us having an issue with dissenters within the town, yes?
Yeah.
There is more to that than he let on. It seems that the local priest has been arming the people here and whispering words of rebellion within their ears. It would completely throw the balance and peace of our fine city down the proverbial drain.
Inigo just kind of like sighs and leans back against the wall. It's like, fuck, that's definitely something my father will want taken care of.
These people, this priest, this father of Lathander, he objects to a great many things and decrees that my father puts into place for the safety of the people here. If you can find proof of his treasonous acts, you will be greatly rewarded. But there is a side note to this. He has traveled outside of the city. We believe that it is in Barovia where these treasonous thoughts first entered his mind. But perhaps in his travels, he has seen a woman. This is something of more import, but a personal matter, and I will personally reward you for it. This woman, and he kind of like gestures to the many dolls around the room, has plagued my dreams as of late. I do not know why, but every night I see visions of her.
Do I see fangs on him when he speaks?
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
you don't. I do not know why I am plagued by her so. Causes me to make these, or, well, have them made. Were I so skilled, I would make them myself. But there are also these drawings. And then he kind of like pulls out a sketchbook, and there's like some really well done sketches of Eillena. And he's just like, look, anything that you can find out about this woman, her whereabouts, who she is, her name, anything, you will be greatly rewarded.
We know who she is.
Can I insight check him for
Sure.
if he
Yeah,
really
you can.
doesn't know why? Like, if he really doesn't know why he's being plagued, or if, um,
He's just obsessed. Crazy
Oh my
stalker.
god. Oh my god. Okay.
So that's 20.
Maybe in Hushim's real quick.
I got the feeling he's a crazy stalker.
Probably.
Probably just a little bit. Oh my god.
And I'm willing to put money down that there's suggestive drawings in that notebook of his.
Oh, most
Boy,
certainly.
I sure hope so.
Sure hope so.
Oh boy.
I mean, we all need a hobby.
I'm fairly certain whoever it is that opens that notebook is like, oh shit.
I'm New is actually quite impressed. It's a lot of dedication, be it misplaced or not.
I mean, it doesn't matter how fucked up it is. You gotta give the guy props.
Yeah.
This is impressive.
Meanwhile, Bean is like learning everything about this man.
Yeah, and then they come back and we make a check and we also roll natural 20s and he has to say it all
Don't
again.
fucking shush me, bitch.
Salutations! Good to be back on the air.
But yeah, so he's just. You said you said you know who she is, right?
Yeah, I did.
Well, at least
He-
we've seen someone like her before. But you mind taking a look? Mind if I take a look at that sketchbook, see if see any identifying marks? I used to be an investigator.
He'll like hand the sketchbook to you, but because you don't seem sure, he turns his attention to Neo, and he's just like, anything that you can tell me, please.
What's the reward?
He
Eillena is
will.
looking pointedly at you.
He'll go over to the bed, and he'll like shift the bed, and like it's weird. It's almost like in a frenzy. He just grabs the two end legs of the bed and just shoves it over to the side. It almost hits you, Inigo, but it stops just before. And then he kneels down and literally just punches a floorboard. And as it kind of like shoots up into the air, splintering, he reaches into this little alcove and he pulls out a satchel. And he brings it over to you, and he opens it up, and you see inside there is a bunch of platinum pieces and what looks to be a very expensive diamond.
Going through the notebook, is there any erotic images?
No,
No?
it's
Okay.
it's just a lot of like different like side profiles or like straight ons.
Hmm.
Some of them with like her hair in different styles, but mainly it's in the usual style.
All right, I'll hand it back.
Neo, I think I know who you're thinking of, but that's not the same person.
He's like not even paying attention to the guys. He's looking at Neo, and he's just like, "This is the reward."
Hmm. What are your intentions with this information, though?
He kind of like moves the bag away from you, and you like watch his emotions shift very quickly, and he almost seems like angry but also very guarded, and he's just of no concern to you. However, I will say I have no intention to harm her. It's just I need to know who she is. I need to find her.
I mean, you're not the only individual interested in her either. We've come across
You
someone
Eilena's now
who's
sharing
also
daggers at
interested.
both of you.
when you say that, and he spins around, and you see this like rage in his eyes for a second, and you probably have a pretty like decent passive insight. It's almost as if like he wants to say you can't have her.
And my insight's 18.
Yeah. Oh yeah. His but then he kind of like calms himself down a little bit, and he's just like,
The individual's not me. Obviously, I could tell from your look. But the individual is
"Who
definitely someone you
seeks
don't want to cross.
He kind of like smiles a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, so I have competition, it seems."
In a contest you can't possibly win.
That remains to be seen.
That is true.
Do you want to go
To
toe
put
to
it
toe with the
pleasantly.
devil?
For the first time, you see like the slightest bit of fear from this guy, and he goes, "No, it could not be. It is the Count that desires her."
You didn't hear it from me.
Then it is all the more important that she is found sooner rather than later.
With my previous roll, or if that doesn't apply, I'll roll again. But does it seem like
Inigo's
he's wanting
spooked.
that to keep her from the Count, or that he will try to get her to the Count? From what he just said.
More like keep her from him. Listen,
Or perhaps the Count is why you are so unnaturally drawn to this person.
I have never had the pleasure of meeting the Count in person, and I do not
That you
know if he is.
remember.
That could be true, but it doesn't matter. Listen, if he is interested in her, then her safety, her life is in jeopardy. I believe I know of a way to protect her, to keep her safe, but you must bring her to me.
You know a way to keep her safe from the
Yes.
Count.
From Strahd?
If you are able to glean any information and expose those traitors within the church, and they are ousted, then my father can gain control of the church once more. Have it be a place where whispers and treasonous thoughts are no longer put into people's ears. But the church is one place he cannot enter. It is hallowed ground. If we have her go there, she can be safe.
Does that sound right from my knowledge of undead?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, just
I
because
mean,
it's hollow ground doesn't mean you can't send someone else in to get her.
yeah, but clearly this guy's not thinking about that. But she will be safe there. And she will be here within our glorious city. Easy to
You,
defend. Her life will no longer be in any danger.
Well,
if you seem so sure that you don't think you're under the influence of him for this, would you allow me to try to dispel any magic upon you?
Make a persuasion check.
God damn.
Yeah. Very well.
Yeah.
I'm concerned for her safety, and if there's even a possibility that I have been touched by the devil, then yes.
Okay. I will try to dispel magic on him.
Okay, let me check something.
And since I'm choosing him, it I think it applies to any spells on him, but if, like for each one above fourth, I have to roll separately.
Third, not fourth. Unless you
Yeah,
cast it
a
the
fourth
fourth.
or higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Each of four. Yeah, I only have up to third. Each of fourth or higher is what I meant to say.
Uh, gotta see. Um, do you know if you're actually ending anything, or does it just happen?
I mean, that's a great question. It doesn't say that you know, but I've always I've always had it that you know.
I
look,
mean, if
it
it's
But
ends
a
any
yeah,
spell. It doesn't say that you need to know there is any. It's the same with the remove curse. You don't have to know
yeah,
what the curse is as long as the person is affected by it. Because if there
yeah. I would
isn't
say
any
that
spell there that can be ended, it just fizzles out and nothing happens. But if there's
yeah.
more than one,
I've just
then
always
only
been
one of
influenced
them
by Matt
gets
Mercer with
targeted.
the you reach out and feel something, or you don't reach out and feel something.
if
Okay.
you I imagine if it's a charm like effect, we'd notice a difference in his demeanor, at least.
Right.
So I'll
Like
say
it's something
this:
like that.
you don't feel anything. So like when you reach out, you don't feel anything. He is
Okay.
clean as far as you know.
Okay.
You touch his weave.
You touch his weave. And he looks at you like expectantly. He's like,
Nothing
all
that
well.
nothing that I could find.
This is a relief. Well, I thank you for that service. But you have not said, do you agree to this? Will you find her for me?
No, hold on a second. What you asked for was information, any information. You have been granted it. You now know exactly who was after it. And an easy way for you to find out who she is by simply asking him. Would that not be enough for your own terms?
That's easy.
Neil.
What?
I mean, that sounds like a fake contract to me.
I cannot simply parley with the devil, and if he is to know that I am aware that he is looking for her, would that not have his eye put upon this place?
You would already have his eye upon you if you go after her one way or another. To simply expedite things.
Yes. But if you are the ones to fetch her, then his eye shall not be on me.
So, if you're asking us to put his eye on us, I believe that this pay would be way too low for such.
You are strangers to this land. His eye is already upon you, whether you would know it or not.
Yeah. I don't want it any more than it already is.
He feels almost like it seems like he feels obligated, at least in some form. So he takes like some of the platinum out, and he'll hand you like 5 platinum pieces, and he's like, "I will give you that for the information, but if you want the rest, you must retrieve her for me."
I get paid.
I kind of like take a step forward and kind of like lean in a bit closer and kind of like look him in the eye and give him the evil eye.
You give him the
The stink eye? Oh no.
okay.
He needs to make a
Okay.
DC 14 wisdom save.
A stink eye. All right, give me a second. Where's the sheet? I didn't have a sheet up. It wasn't like there was. You hadn't provoked him to a fight, so I didn't have it open. Was it wisdom?
Wisdom, yep.
Oh boy. He fails.
Now, I pat it. I kind of like pat both of like like when you're, like in the movies where like the mob boss is like kind of like luring his like henchman into a false sense of security before he stabs him. It's like he pats down his shoulders. It's like, oh, come on, buddy.
Yeah, like adjusted everything.
Yeah, I do that. And like, now, since we're gonna do this big favor for you, my friend, seeing as how we're such good pals. Now, why are you so hell-bent on getting this woman? I know you want to get her for protection, but is that really all it is?
Make a persuasion check at advantage.
We're reopen tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for your shopping convenience. Thank you for shopping at Bridgewater Wegmans, where every day get our best.
What is this sound?
The building.
Well, I said thank you for shopping.
Yeah.
The store was closed.
That's on my end. I'm playing at a Wegmans, so
You're at a Wegmans.
you're at a Wegmans.
Oh my god.
Get used to it, boys.
Sweet.
It's playing.
How did they
Fuck
let
the
you just
Wegmans.
chill in a Wegmans for 4 hours and not say anything to you?
I just walked in. They didn't say shit.
I just walked in. Nobody stopped me.
It's like, no one stopped me. I mean, they thought I was here to
Possible
shop, but I was actually here to game.
Those
Uh,
suckers.
I mean, hey, on the bright side, like, I'm gonna go grab sushi in like 2 minutes. Well, not 2 minutes. I'm gonna go grab it now, and then someone's gonna have like a crazy story. So,
Yeah, there's this woman playing D&D in Wegmans for like 4 hours.
Why were you at a Wegmans for 4 hours? I was working on my dissertation, and I really like their coffee.
Well, that beats my story. Mine was I played
I
D&D
mean-
for 4 hours in a McDonald's.
I played
I mean, my
D&D for
current
4 hours in
story
a
is
Barnes
that-
and Noble.
right, not a lie at all. I've been the whole time we've been playing. I've also been digitizing a photo. So, not a photo, an illustration. So, I have a plausible alibi.
Possible.
If they call the police.
No, if my mom decides, hey, what the hell are
Oh.
you doing out there? So it's like, nah, doing my own thing. But yeah, I'm going to hop off just for a little bit because I'm hungry and I need to get to the car. So
Okay.
I'll be back.
Sounds good.
Dorja's just like hiding behind Eillena or Inigo for a little bit until we leave.
Okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap it up soon here, just because it's almost midnight. So
Gotcha.
there
Alright,
won't be too
see ya.
much more. All right, see ya. So with a 16. He. What was sorry? What did you specifically ask again?
Why do you really want her? Like, you say you want to protect her, but that's not all, is it?
I don't know. I started having the dreams, and at first I thought it's strange. I was almost annoyed by it, and then I saw her beauty, and it was hard for me not to become infatuated.
When did you see her again?
Did the first doll or the dreams come first?
The dreams, the dolls. He kind of like casually like grabs one off and he like throws it over to you, and it, the tag Blinsky makes them. And he just kind of like turns and looks back at you, and he's I really I don't know, but I just know that deep inside of me, if she can be brought here, if I can see her, have her in my presence, that I can keep her safe, and that she will be mine.
What if
And I will treasure her.
you want her kept safe, right?
Yes.
What if she's safer where she already is? What if we find that out? She already has sufficient protection against the devil, and bringing her here would be detrimental.
He seems like angered by that thought. He's like, no, she will only be safe with me.
I put my hand on his shoulder and be like, sometimes the ones we love, we have to let go.
If you love something, you have to let it go. If it comes back, good. If it doesn't, it was never yours to begin with.
His words.
That you're trying to convince him of this. Yes, you're trying to convince him to let her go.
Yeah, because this is more than just wanting her protection. He's obsessed with this woman, and
I mean,
that's dangerous
Eillena
for her.
definitely is. If what she says is helping.
So here's the thing. I know that you charmed him, but for that specifically, it's just going to be a straight roll. There's a reason.
Because it would be it's disadvantage.
Even with okay.
Yeah, it's going to end up being a straight roll.
With me?
Yeah, because you're the one that initially said it. Yeah.
All right, hold on.
That's coffee.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Didn't work.
You hate to see it.
Hopefully he rolls like shit.
Yeah, see, like that's the problem with this. He kind of like pushes you away, not too violently, but he pushes you. No, she can only be safe with me. I cannot let her go. If I lose her, then life has no meaning. She must be here. You must bring her here.
If you make her travel halfway across his realm, you probably will lose her. Especially since you've already said that his eyes are upon her and us.
But you are outsiders. You know things. You have ways. Bring her here.
I mean, the only way I can think of to get her from there to here safely would be to teleport, and I'm pretty sure you can't.
I have a different offer. Maybe
He
you're
looks to
really
you.
willing to hear.
Yeah, he'll look over to you.
We, I believe this is of no major importance, but we are looking for a way out of here. And to do that, we will have to deal with Strahd eventually. Um, we need help to get there. And when we do so, your goal will be much easier from them. So what I suggest is perhaps you could sponsor us. And when our quest is complete, your own will be that much safer and easier to accomplish.
This is the seven. You just said the thing that he's trying to get us to silence in the town.
You know what?
Yeah, the
What did you say?
dissenters. They're
He's trying
probably
to get us to
against the Strahd control.
The
No,
the
they're trying to get us to
dissent
silence in the
the dissent in town is against the Burgermeister. It's
Oh,
not
not
against
against
Strahd. Yeah. Because he said people are not in agreement with the laws and things that his father has put into place to maintain order here. And even you, Inigo, you know that for the most part, as far as your father was concerned, as long as they didn't rise up, the humans can do whatever they wanted amongst themselves, so long as it served you guys ultimately. So, like they have a level of autonomy here. It's just they have a problem with Vargas. They don't have a problem with your father. Your father's not the one telling them to do the shit that this guy's telling them to do.
You seem capable enough and you seem dedicated enough. She is also a very capable person, apparently. So after this ordeal is done and over with, if you were to try to pursue her, then to that point on, it falls only onto you to achieve your own goals, and not for
He's
someone
right.
else to what?
No, sorry, I thought. Continue.
No, you may go.
He's right. As long as Strahd lives, or as long as Strahd stays in power, she'll never really be safe, even if she is with you.
All right. Even though you guys aren't the ones that charmed him,
You're making good points.
yeah, you're the way how you're wording it is it's not going to be a straight roll this time. You can make it an advantage.
Who can?
You can, since you're the one that's primarily started talking to him, and then
Persuasion?
Eillena was the one that chimed in. Yeah, persuasion.
That's the whole thing. I'm not good at talking, but I'm good at saying what people need to hear.
Yeah.
That's my biggest use for
All
my
right.
charisma checks.
Okay, so he just kind of like, in what way do you wish for me to be your patron?
Well, we need a number of things to get to the point where we would be able to stand up against him. Knowledge would be one of the most important ones, but gold is always useful.
You always, yeah, buy more muscle.
And the Red Dragon Crush, but don't ask questions.
But don't ask questions.
He like reaches into a nearby drawer and like pulls out a bottle of purple grape mash, and he hands that to you, and he's like, "Well, for now, that's all I have. But Knowledge, I can do this. Money would be a little bit more difficult. My father pays attention to where the money goes. It's one of the main reasons that the people have issue with him. Honestly, that whole business is not my major concern, but of course, I must maintain my loyalties. But if what you say is true, and your points are fair, if she will only be safe once the devil has been killed, then perhaps this is for the best. I will agree to this, but I need know only one thing before I agree. What is her name?
I believe giving you that
Oh, names.
information,
Yeah, Eillena will not give a name.
giving you that
Names have
information
power.
would be counter uh, active to what we're trying to do here. We're trying to keep you and her away from danger at this point. And if, for whatever reason, even you yourself notice that you may not be yourself as much as you remember, you try to go after her before our duty is done, you may be in danger in her as well. All that you need to know, maybe, is that you have a very good semblance of what she is like in here, in all your goals and the drawings. Maybe take heed on that. Take comfort in it.
You're a good artist, at least.
Very well. I shall defer to your judgment in this matter for the time being. But if you do not make any headway, if it does not seem that with time you are not any closer to your goal of slaying the devil, I will take up my search for her once more.
You may not want to stand against someone in their goals.
And for the time, it seems we have an accord, and he will reach his hand out.
With the bag?
No, to shake
Oh,
his
you want
hand.
the money? Yeah, to shake his
What?
hand. You want the motherfucking...
I asked for a sponsorship.
Yeah, you did ask for a sponsorship, yeah, but he's reaching his hand out first.
Yeah,
He's
I'll shake his hand.
All right, and then after you shake his hand, yes, he will hand you the bag,
My shillelagh.
which has a remaining 45 platinum pieces and a
Yo.
diamond of significant worth, which you should appraise to figure out how much it's worth.
Very well.
And take jeweler's mix long rest.
And then he will. If you're still willing to help my father with his matter, head to the Church of Saint Andreval and integrate yourself with the people of the Father's flock and learn what you can. I understand, though, if you don't wish to.
Oh, actually, we never got your name.
Izek.
Zach. Izek or Zach?
Izek.
Izek. Izek, just a quick question. Do you have a good relationship with your father?
You could say that.
Okay.
Well, good enough.
All right, because if you had a negative one, I would have some ammunition for you, but since it's relatively positive, don't need to worry about it.
He looks like really puzzled with that, and he's
I
just
knew him
like,
when he was a kid.
Not like no, he doesn't mean physical ammunition. He's not insinuating that.
Verbal. Yeah.
nah, I see.
Yeah, I knew him when he was a kid. I know some things
He's
about him.
not saying that the scent that you are trying to get us to get rid of that would not no.
Yeah, well, I meant more like if like he's giving you a hard time, you can like call him a name I know he used to go by that he probably wouldn't want to hear right now.
I see. No, my father and I tend to see eye to eye on things, so there is no need for that.
All right, that's good.
Let's be honest, this guy also has the 5 head.
I mean, they're not
This
related.
guy-
He's bald.
He's bald, yeah. But he does have it does look like he's got a fucking 7-finger
He would
forehead.
definitely find a 5. That's why he shaved that.
It's funny above board. He calls him his father. He is adopted. But what I find so funny about it is that while he's adopted, goddamn, do they really have similar dome shapes? Like they
The
both
nose
have
is
the
shaped
egghead.
different, but other than the nose, the head shape as a whole is pretty similar.
Yeah.
It's almost like
yeah.
someone drew these people.
What does that mean? You
There's-
don't have to draw an egghead.
Maybe the same person drew these people.
Oh, the same person. He's like, yeah, all Barovians are gonna have egg-shaped heads and 5-finger foreheads.
I mean, one day we'll figure out why Aaron and Lane have the same exact face.
Did it even say that she couldn't identify what the diamond was worth?
Next
I
long rest, you can.
can next long rest. Well,
Right.
I think that's a thing you can do with jewelers
Yeah,
tools.
if you have proficiency, you can identify it at a glance.
I
Oh.
don't have. Oh no, I wouldn't have the jewelers tools themselves. I just have proficiency in them.
Yeah,
Which
you don't
is
need the
not-
tools to appraise them. You just do it at a glance if you're proficient.
Okay. Oh yeah, because it says at a glance. Yep.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I will say too, the doll that he passed you. What does it say? It has something on it.
No, confess to whom?
Me.
He had passed a doll to
You
Eillena.
said it had a tag or
Said
something?
Noblinsky made it, so I assume it has the same thing as was over the door.
Is no fun, is no Blinsky.
It's no fun. It's Noblinsky.
Yep, that's exactly what the tag says. He's no
In the
fun, he's
accent.
no Blinsky. Yeah, literally in the accent. Um, but yeah, and I'll say after striking that with him, if you had no other business, that's where I was going to call it.
All right.
And for
I
convenience,
mean,
if you
as
want
we were
to say,
leaving, I
guys,
did have one last question for him.
Oh, okay.
So like, I'll be the last one out of the room and be like, "Hey, just one last thing. Like, since we're so buddy buddy,
Bye.
if you if it makes you uncomfortable, I'm totally fine. You don't have to say anything. But what's up with your arm?
Oh boy.
Elena leaves the room.
I have him
Already
charmed.
You do have him charmed. Make a persuasion. I think it's what? It's an advantage, right? When they're charmed.
Yep.
Or
Yes, and
yeah.
he cannot attack Inigo while charmed.
Yeah.
18, not bad.
If I'm honest, no clue. Lost it when I was a child. Wolf bit it off from the elbow down. Spent most of my life without it. And then I woke up one day and had it. This was a number of years before the dreams had started, so I don't think that the two are related.
It's possible.
It could be. I don't know though. Although I do have the ability to produce fire with it. And you
Interesting.
watch as he like flicks his finger and a flame just sort of appears at the end of his thumb. And
Oh,
then he just
Anton.
kind of.
You know, I'm a.
I didn't know about this guy because I had never encountered him in my playthrough, and lo and behold, you conveniently walked right into his fucking house.
The session that Anton talked about.
I know! That's fucking. And I was looking at the guy and I was reading his thing. I was like, oh shit, Anton's right. That's crazy.
Man, we got to stop him talking about this.
Yeah, and it's not really a spoiler because he just said he lost the arm when he was a kid. I know what he's talking about. He got two things confused. He misread something. When he was a kid, he was by the lake going fishing, and a wolf bit his arm off. And then he was like, oh, is it related to the little girl that was in the boat? And it's like, no, the Bluto thing is something else. It's just another event that happened at the lake. So,
But I'll be like, yeah, I'm a bit of a martial artist myself, so seeing such an appendage is fascinating, particularly the claws.
I love looking at people's appendages.
Oh, I love looking at appendages. Yeah,
I
he's
can
just
imagine the
like,
damage you can do with that fist.
no, it is quite impressive. Although the flames it can generate that I had never been able to before are much more useful, especially when it comes to getting people to do what I need them to do.
Yeah. Don't be. I hope you don't feel ashamed of it. It's something to be proud of and like. Yeah, like check this cool shit out. Because I jump up, reach up to the ceiling, and hang off of it like Andrew Garfield in No Way Home.
He kind of looks at you and like you see the faintest of a smile and he goes, "It's not the arm itself that brings me shame. Growing up, not having an arm. Children are rude. And I'm reminded of that when people stare. But you've given me a different perspective. Perhaps I should be proud of it and forget the past."
Yeah, we don't get to choose the hand we're dealt, but we get to choose what we do with it.
To choose how we deal with our hand.
Do not quote Randy Posh to me. I will kill you.
Is it actually a quote? I thought I
It's
made
not
it up.
about the cards you're dealt, but how you play the hand.
It is about the
It's-
cards you deal if it's aces and eights, so.
Well, then you're just dead. No, that's been in my bio for years. It's the Randy Posh quote and the C.S. Lewis quote. Hardship often prepares ordinary people for extraordinary destiny.
How you play the hand, yeah.
Yeah, that's all I had to ask about of him.
Okay. And I'll say
I
is
missed the arm reveal.
It's
the
you can cast fire with it, and it has claws. He lost his arm when he was a kid. He was bitten off by a wolf, and then one day he woke up with it a couple years ago. Not in line with the dreams, but it's possible they're connected.
Come on, the lucky duck. He got his own arm.
Yeah, you
Do I want a
gotta
free arm?
Oh, actually, one last
Cool.
thing. In like an hour, you might feel a bit angry at me, but just know we did this for your own good, okay?
He kind of like seems confused by that, and he's like,
I'm friends.
It's not
I'll-
friends, but like he might know he's been charmed. So
I
like,
think it does say that he's aware
yeah,
later
knows
on.
it was
Yeah,
charmed by
go
you.
away.
Yeah, knows it was charmed. He seems confused by that, and then he just kind of goes, "Well, it's not like there's much I can do about it anyway. You are the son of von Schrödinger, so we'll leave it at that.
Hmm.
But don't do it again."
No, it's something. It's only because. Anyways, just
All right. So as all of you leave the Burgermeister's mansion and go to wherever you're going to go,
probably to Majesto's house.
yeah, probably to Majesto's house. As you walk along the road, you notice in Eillena's wake the grass and flowers wilting. And that's where we're in the session. Yay! Good night, everybody. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Woohoo!